Bananas.
Banana. All right, let me just see.
He
Yep,
is the
it's
king of
all
his.
right. Yep, it's live. All right, we are online, boys. Okay, let me just see OBS. Yeah, if y'all want to go to the,
Banana.
all right, you can go to the Twitch chat to like get a look at the
I'll check it
chat.
out.
Yeah, let me go to the Steam chat. Let me go to watch.
Oh, you don't have me listed in as being featured, so
Well, I mean, I'm gonna like, yeah, I'm gonna probably just change the title real quick. Yeah, let me just,
whack.
yeah, I'll like edit the title. Where do I do that actually?
I need Johnny Test. Hold up.
All right,
You edit the title in your yeah there
where in the customized channel?
yeah.
Stream manager. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, let me just feature. We'll just say friends. Okay, there we go.
I have my own Twitch, remember, so
All right, there we go. All right, we ready? There's the honk. Let me open
fair enough.
OBS. Yeah, the chat is working. There we go. All right. Oh, wait, shit. The first time is prioritizing. Okay, hold on.
First time.
The first time. Okay, no, no, there it is. Okay, I can see all the things.
Is
All
this
right.
the 2D?
All
Do they
right.
still have like the 2D free bracket?
All
Oh
right.
no, everything's put together here.
Well, we could talk about the 2D. We could talk about the old. You know, that would actually be fun. Let's talk about the first bracket actually, firstly,
Yeah,
since
let's
we're
get a
talking about the
fresh
Tournament of
one.
Champions. All right, so in this stream, we're basically gonna be mainly talking about, all the Tournament of Champions matchups. I have the tier list maker for it. We'll then talk about season 10 in general. We'll then maybe do some guesses as to what can come out for season 11 of Death Battle. But I think, yeah, first let's talk about the first, champion poll because, that was the first one. So, let's see. So on the 2D poll, we have, as we know, Bill Cipher versus Discord 1. Became a real episode. It's phenomenal. I think pretty much everyone and their mother can agree on that.
Season 10 is peak. It's back.
Yeah.
Kamen Rider would have been a cool one as well.
Uh, yeah. So that was my phone. But yeah. So we'll first go to. Oh yeah, they have a thumbnail, so we can do that. Yeah. Captain America versus Kamen Rider Ichigo. Yeah, it's I mean, yeah, it's a
Captain
very.
America.
Both fight fascists, even if the latter one used the wrong symbol.
Yeah, like it's not really a hot take to say that Cap is definitely the Marvel character that got done the dirtiest on Death Battle.
Yeah.
Like his episode was not really showing him do anything he does. Like I would say
Oh
in
my
terms of Marvel
face.
characters treated poorly, I would say it's between him and Venom. And
Oh
I would say
god, the
Cap
Venom
got
episode.
done worse. But yeah, we'll talk about Venom later. Um, but yeah, this
Yeah.
episode was very big. I remember seeing a lot of Kamen Rider people, pushing for this matchup. I think it should really happen. It would be great. Just
What?
please, for the
Of
love
course,
of
there's
God,
no
change this
justice,
fucking
so
background right here. Oh my God, change that, please.
Please.
yeah. Because like Kamen Rider is a series about anti-fascism, so why they have to have the fascist background?
Yeah, like just fix that, and then I think we'll be fine. Caps, you can keep it the same. Next up,
Peak.
That would honestly go pretty hard, unironically.
Fall Guys from Among Us gets planet level because of the recent crossover with Vampire Survivors.
God. I mean, unironically, listen, I know this matchup looks very memey, but like, honest to God, do it. It's so funny.
It's hilarious. It's
Yeah.
actually a fun little match. It's memey, but it can be fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like the
Like
Fall Guys
we've seen
thing
Mimi once
from
be
our
fun
heads,
before, like SpongeBob
like
versus
with the game.
versus
Like
versus
all you can do is like what die, like
Super
I guess,
Friends
and like
Aquaman.
that. I don't know. There's gonna be something I'm missing from Fall Guys. I don't play Fall Guys.
Oh no, Fall Guys wins.
Yeah.
I mean, because I mean, on one hand, Among Us, yeah, they have Sans Undertale, but on the other hand,
Fall Guys just
Fall Guys has
has the Doom Slayer.
Fall Guys has Doctor Who.
Oh,
Fall Guys
okay.
has the
Then
Doom
yeah,
Slayer.
Fall Guys wins.
Those are just skins. We don't use that as the actual scaling.
I mean, you could. I mean,
We,
what
we
Frank?
don't.
I mean, Frank West just has the skins, but they make him stronger. So
But
there
you
you go.
see,
I'm memeing. I'm joking.
I'm gonna Among Us you. Hold up.
But yeah, please, dude, this is to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Kyle Rayner,
One of the most requested.
Kyle,
Simon versus
Kyle Rayner versus
Kyle.
Simon the Digger. It's so funny how this matchup goes started off life as like at least from I'm aware, it started life as a matchup people demanded just so that a fucking DC character could get stomped into the dirt by a non-Marvel opponent.
And then people found out, yeah, it's closer than they thought.
And then Kyle has a
Yeah.
ton of win conditions, and it's like,
They
I
really
mean,
wanted to set him up, but they realized.
it would still be a
But-
cool, it would still be a cool episode to happen.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the times where I can say, even though its origin was a spite matchup, the fact that it's evolved into the way it has is pretty amazing, to be fair.
Yeah. Also, to be fair, if there's anyone decent characters gonna lose to, it should be. It's not gonna be very easy for a decent character to lose, even if it's just started as a spy matchup.
I mean, hey, they had Wonder Woman lose to Rogue.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that episode.
Honestly,
It's
it's
like we
more
don't
funny
talk
to
about the team.
it's more funny to me because people were salty about Hal Jordan losing to Ben, but it's like, do y'all know how busted the Green Lanterns are?
How do we go there?
Yeah, like there's a reason why he run against Ben 10. Yeah,
I'm reminding y'all, all the
This is
almost all the Green Lanterns survived Crisis on Infinite Earths. I
which
want
is
y'all
really
to know
impressive
that.
considering there's like one Orange Lantern ever.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that kind of makes sense with the fact that his ring is green and
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can also talk about how, yeah, another big reason for this matchup being popular, Brandon Yates is fucking Will of the Drill.
Will of the Drip. It's pink.
Yeah. Like that track is definitely why. Alright, next, Ori versus the Knight.
That
Getting
would
in
actually
the
go
game.
pretty far, but it would have to be like Will the West way when he actually gets better abilities.
Yeah. It would be pretty cool to get some
I think it's
more
a good matchup idea.
I think more indie characters are definitely due to appear on Death Battle.
The fact that
I
we've
feel
had
like I feel like if the
characters,
Knight had, I feel like the Knight could also be paired up with the King from Dead Cells.
yeah, the fact that we've been getting more indie characters in the tournaments is pretty good.
Yeah, we'll touch on that a bit when we get to it, yeah. I would say,
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah, I would really like more, indie game characters to appear on Death Battle. Maybe we'll get
Yeah.
Digital Tie versus Alex Yik.
Now we know the winner.
Well, no, first,
We're gonna
Finn and Jake versus Mordecai and Rigby. It's really funny because I kind of thought about this matchup, like, in my head, and then, like, I started watching videos, and I'm like, oh, wait, people really want this to be a thing, okay.
Yeah, people really do. We should
Oh,
instead
we're-
get.
It's just
We
funny.
should get it.
It's like you got the whoa, and you hit that shit, and then they
You know what? We should get the peak matchup: Mordecai and Rigby versus Smoshing and Anthony. I'm kidding.
I mean, I wish YouTubers
like-
were, I wish some YouTubers were on the table, It would be funny.
Scott
I
the
mean,
Waz.
Scott the Woz versus Catacrus would be funny. And listen, I insist in season 10. Listen, what if Nostalgia Critic versus AVGN was the finale?
Sadly, that's
I think we all know who'd win because it happened in canon. Remember?
I mean, so it's not in the same context as a death battle. It's like people brought up the whole canon thing between Family Guy and Simpsons with Peter and Homer, but it's like that's a different context, so like it doesn't matter in my opinion.
it does.
Oh yeah, and plus in that one they both won in the end. Remember?
But yeah, Finn and Jake, Mordecai and Rigby, I think both shows are definitely due. Like, I know Ben does really want Adventure Time to be on Death Battle. This would be fun.
It would.
And like both shows were friendly with each other back in the day, and both shows have friendly fandoms, so it's perfect.
Yeah. And then finally the winner, Bill Cipher versus Discord. I mean, also, I think it's better if we just talk about the winners when we get to covering season 10.
Yeah.
So let's talk.
Pretty
And now we
bracket.
have to
All I
pick
can
this
say
one.
is, damn. Honestly, forgot how the old thumbnail looks, and thank God they updated this.
Yeah.
All right, we'll skip Cole versus Alex. Kratos versus Asta. We're
Kratos
gonna
versus
talk.
Azura.
We'll talk. We're
That
gonna have
one
to
was
talk
going
about it
pretty
again
hard.
soon. So Minecraft Steve versus Emmett.
I feel like given the Lego Movie 2, Emmett would probably win, but if there are better matchups for Emmett than Steve.
I think it would be fun still.
It'd be fun. It's like an okay match to me. It's not like it's bad to me, but
It's not bad, but it's like there are better, you know.
I prefer Steve versus the Terrarian. If
Yeah.
I would be asked.
So King
Yeah.
Ghidorah versus Deathwing. I know nothing about
More
World of
Kaiju
Warcraft,
battles.
but I
don't know,
think.
more
But
Kaiju battles would be cool.
listen, a big kaiju fight, that's fun.
More
Yeah,
Kaiju battles.
I used to know a lot more about WoW lore, but
They'll say this dude does look pretty cool though.
it just sucks it's by a Blizzard game.
All right, then Illidan versus Zhao. I don't have opinions.
I don't know. I don't have opinions. Not because I hate Genshin, but mainly because I don't know these two.
Same.
The only thing about Genshin I know is how fucking goddamn hot Raiden Shogun is.
How horny the fan base is.
How horny I am.
I'm not
Yes,
down bad for
And a
that.
Spy versus Agent 47. Please do
Now,
this.
speaking of
Yeah,
a
I'm
man
good
I'm
for it.
down bad for.
Yeah. Also, I hope they do this in some way. Like TF2 is definitely a series that they should consider going back. That they should go back to. I mean, I say consider. They are considering it. Like I know they want to apparently do Soldier versus Sarge.
That'd be
Oh,
good.
how do you? Sarge, you mean from the Army Men games?
I know Sarge from Red versus Blue.
Oh, different Sarge.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna get my hopes up for a bit, because that
Yeah.
would be a reference to an old series that hasn't been seen for a long time.
But yeah,
It would be
Spy
nice
versus
to
Agent.
get. It'd be nice to get another TF2.
Yeah.
Because honestly, TF2 was kind of done dirty on its first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, neither series was really done that well in their original episode, and at least Overwatch eventually got a better episode.
I mean, hey, speaking of Scout versus Tracer, shout out to the one of many episodes that were wrong at its time, but now right.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I know, I think like Tracer was correct. It's just there was so little to work with. The debate had no point.
Oh no, apparently it was wrong at the time, but it's right now. It's kind of like how the same for Black Widow versus Widowmaker. Right at the time, but now wrong because Overwatch boss. Yeah.
I mean, I guess then technically speaking, Black Widow versus Widowmaker wasn't incorrect then, because it was using the information at the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Right then, wrong now.
Yeah. Anyways, now let's get to the main event, the Tournament of Champions. So starting off, we got Bracket 1, the very first matchup, Luz versus Anne.
I'm surprised
Child
that
versus
Monokuma
child.
I am
versus
honestly
Koro
shocked this thing lost.
Yeah.
It was okay. So I wasn't a member at the time. I can give some insights on how close this stuff was as a
Yeah,
member.
because he was around for like a lot of these, like how like the things were in the server at the time.
So Luz versus Anne, as far as a buddy told me, was winning heavily at the first few days. And then eventually it lost to Monokuma versus Koro Sensei. That became like a close one at the end.
Which I can kind of see that next one, but like I don't at the same time because like there are better matchups for Koro Sensei and Monokuma.
I mean, at the same time, I know. Like none of Koro Sensei's matchups. The only other Monokuma matchup I know of is him versus Chris McLean, which. Please do that. That would be the funniest shit ever.
Better
Plus,
than
let's be honest, they're basically the same character.
All right, campers, beat the shit out of that fucking bear.
If he probably went too.
Yeah.
All right, campers, you have 30 minutes to defeat the opponent.
Yeah.
But yeah, Luz versus Zen, fine matchup.
Yeah,
Uh,
I really like
I have
this. I
no,
think they'll probably get around to it eventually, anyways.
I have real no big connections with it because I don't know both series, but I do know both creators of the series of each series are friends with each other. So
Yeah,
So similar instance to like Mordecai and Rigby versus Finn and Jake.
yeah, sort of.
look at that.
All right,
Cartoon matchups would
all right.
peak.
We'll cover the winner last in these brackets. So yeah, Shulk
Shulk
versus
versus
Lightning.
Lightning, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I know like this matchup is
I
pretty much the
don't
most popular for Shulk, and yeah, I mean
I don't know
I
much
think it
about Lightning to say.
I think this would go pretty well. Yeah, because I mean I think
Yeah,
Xenoblade is overdue to be on Death Battle, and it's time for them to cover a Final Fantasy game that's not 7. So yeah,
It would be nice. Yeah.
this
yeah.
would be,
Like
and this does
the
seem
only
like it would be
other one
fun.
I could think, the only other one I could think work for Shulk would be like Noctis.
Noctis has to be another characters as far as I know. Is Chibi even one? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, again, I just think it would be cool for them to cover a non-FF7 characters, unless it's bringing Tifa back.
We need
Yeah.
another Final Fantasy character that's not FF7, and this is a good way to bring that spice into it.
Yeah, especially for one of the most divisive games that is starting to get more favorable in recent years.
All right,
Yeah.
Kasumi Baraki versus Fleetway Sonic. Now I have talked to Toho fan. I have asked Toho fans, so literal the motherfuckers with the like as Flynn describes it, the autism brained Toho fans, and they could not explain this shit to me.
Keep in
What
mind,
is
this
this?
Why
winter.
is he fighting
Keep in mind.
Fleetway Sonic?
I don't
Keep
know
in mind.
anything about Kasumi Baraki, and I asked the people who do Toho, and they can't tell me shit. They don't know. They
Keep
they
in
can't
mind.
explain this.
What is
Keep in
Fleetway
mind.
Sonic gonna do? He's gonna like assault her, gonna be like you sick and then get blown up. I don't know.
But literally, keep in mind, chat. Flynn knows Sonic and Toho, so if they can't tell Nina what's up, I
I think the
like.
only
I have
person
to
I could think of that might know Toho better is Sylvie, and even then, I doubt she's gonna know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't like. I know we're not here to shit
I'm
on
only a
that.
noob
But
at
I don't.
I'm not
Toho
here to shit on the
honestly.
matchup. I just don't understand it at all. Like, I need
Like. I
someone to
don't
explain it to me.
understand it.
I, I, I I don't know
And
Toho lore that well, but like there are matchups I could conceivably see.
so
Stalkia
this is
versus
another.
Dio, for
So
example.
speaking of not knowing the connections, this is something I want to bring up that I think is important. In the Tournament of Champions, when we were having that in the Death Battle Discord, there were separate channels for each of the matchups in like a thread.
Yeah.
The problem is that at the start, when they start off the entire thread, is that they just say, "Hey guys, here's the matchup." They say like a little quippy joke and such. They put the matchup there. They have people discuss about the matchup and such. But my problem is the person who puts the matchup as the first message doesn't give the connections. So I'm just sitting there like,
There's nothing there.
I just
And
wish. Yeah, that's my one thing I wish they would change for the next tournament champions. Please at least give the connections.
yeah,
Makes
at least
sense.
set that up. Yeah. And then the winner of week 1, Monokuma versus Koro Sensei.
What makes this matchup even more peaker is that Monokuma wins. Let's go!
Yeah, baby, Monokuma. The Monokuma
The
fandom is the Monokuma fandom is thriving. Retweet if you're a true Monokumer.
No.
I think it's a fun matchup for me. Both characters pretty much promote the killing, but in different ways. Koro Sensei wants to promote the killing for them to eventually, assassinate him, to teach them about, assassination. Monokuma
He's just
promotes,
crazy.
the killing game. He promotes the
Just
killing
promotes
game.
killing period for the sake of driving the world into despair.
He's just
Yeah.
funny. I just think this would be a lot of fun.
It's a fun matchup idea. And the fact that we can
It is.
use all the other Monokumas from the game that shall not be named, we can use Ball Monokuma.
Oh
All right.
god, you're talking that one, the FPS one?
Yes.
Yo, Ultra
I
Despair.
was not gonna make
Anytime
myself.
anyone brings up Ultra Despair Girls, I think about that one guy with the thumbnails that just deteriorated in quality.
Berlizzi! My god, Berlizzi! He's literally like, fuck this. This game doesn't deserve custom thumbnails. Just
Anyways,
take one.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah, the other one was like the guy's like I'm serious. This is the last video. But you thought I was joking? That's
Yeah. All right. Zeus versus Odin, and we're doing week 2, another mythology episode. I would say yeah.
Okay,
I like more
I
Is
wouldn't
that
mythology.
mind
supposed to be
mythology.
Zeus from Age of Mythology rather than like a
Yeah,
rather
this
than
is
like
this is directly Zeus and Odin from Greek and Norse mythology respectively.
and they just
So,
use their Age of Mythology artworks? Makes sense.
so I would like another mythology episode, but I hope that the Death Battle community treats this much better than how they treated Wukong versus Heracles. Because from what I'm hearing,
When are we gonna get?
those episodes weren't really treated too well with how the community kept making jokes and such. Not even mean jokes, but like jokes that were not very
Basically
good.
offensive. Yeah.
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 If we're gonna get a mythology matchup, what I'd like to see would be like Jesus versus Buddha, two messiahs of their respective.
That would be a little bit too much. I feel like
Nah.
because like
No, honestly, when are we gonna get a Jesus battle royale of every single Jesus in fiction?
you know what that would
Family Guy Jesus versus Bible Jesus versus fucking
I mean, for a more modern take on
Rick and-
mythology, that'd
Rick
be
and
the
Morty
go-to.
Jesus.
Or like the two most.
But
So
yeah,
it's like
I
the
wouldn't
two-
mind. I wouldn't mind mythology episodes. More mythology episodes.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
Little Mac versus Epo. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is mainly here because of the 1 minute melee, and I mean, yeah, I would like another boxing match. I mean, I think these series are definitely deserving to be on.
Yeah.
Both of these characters are good. Like I feel like you can have these characters fight. Both are boxers. They have more connections. I'm pretty sure there are. Okay, I want to say I was a member around this week. This week was when I started my membership. So.
All right, now you can give us better insight.
Okay, so like it was very chill. There was not much talk about the episode and such in the thread, but people were back into it. And that's it.
Yeah,
That's
I
about it.
think a new boxing episode, like because I mean, Balrog versus TJ. I'm not I mean, real. I'm not, like demanding this to just match or surpass Balrog versus TJ is like
I'm
unreasonable.
in there.
Yeah, it's not gonna
As long as it's
surpass
like,
that one.
as long as it's another good boxing episode, I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I would hope it's another good boxing episode and they don't classify each boxer in the wrong category like they did with TJ.
I mean, at least
I mean, they
it's
could
not
also
too.
put him against. They could also put. To be fair, Lil Mac could also go against Dudley.
I guess, but I mean, I feel like I think it would be more fun for like Epo to get in.
Yeah, same.
At the same time, I don't know what Dudley's opponents are. I mean, I could look it up on my phone.
Because like Dudley is.
In the meantime,
Dudley-
what y'all can start talking about Peacemaker versus Soldier Boy.
Oh god! Oh god!
I thought you said Soulja Boy, and I was gonna be like,
Yeah, I
What
did
is
say
Soulja
Soldier.
Boy
I
gonna
did say
do?
Soldier Boy.
Yeah, it's the
What's he
character
going
from the
to
Boys.
To quote the greatest person alive, Bandit Keith from the abridged Yu-Gi-Oh series in America.
Okay, I guess.
So,
Okay, so I look
like,
up Dudley. I find
am-
Steve Fox from Tekken. Yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be fun.
That'd be
But-
fun.
Fully
yeah.
transparent, I know very little about. I don't think I know anything about the guy on the right. I know the guy that comes from the super racist comic book that like got made into a television series that is less racist.
Oh no, that's
Oh,
no,
don't
that's the guy from
worry.
the right. A Soldier Boy is from The Boys.
Oh, I thought the left who left guy from.
No, the left
Look,
is
don't worry.
Peacemaker from DC. He was
Oh,
Yeah.
this is
I don't
The
know.
thing about
Is
the thing
John
about the
Cena.
Boys, the thing about the Boys TV show is that it actually is a lot. It's not just less racist; it's less everything. To be
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah,
You know,
but
and
but
here's the
again,
good thing.
yeah.
Here's the good thing. Since we're using Soldier Boy here, we have to primarily just use the Boys show because he does nothing in the comics. He's such a
Yeah.
nothing character in the comics.
Anyways,
so we
I-
don't even
Therefore,
have
we
to
have
talk
to use
about
the
the
good
comics.
part of the Boys.
Anyways, I think they should. Anyways, I think this episode would have won if it was Soldier Boy instead of Soldier Boy. But yeah, I think the matchup it'd be
I
fun.
think this matchup
It would be fun.
I think this matchup is a good matchup. It did
It's-
so fucking poorly though in
Yeah,
the
I mean it's
tournament.
literally the
Yeah.
least voted episode in the entire fucking Tournament of Champions.
It was.
I feel like Omni-Man versus Homelander would probably be a popular one, if I'm being honest.
I mean
Oh, we
is
did Omni
popular.
Man versus Homelander.
It's literally like how many fucking views is it now? Actually, hold on. I could check.
Yeah,
It's
I remember it was I remember it was an episode.
Like Arrow.
yeah, Light Arrow. Yeah, when is Light Arrow gonna be on Death Battle? That'd be crazy. Yeah, on your
Koopa
yeah
Troopa
12
versus Goomba. I forgot
yeah
about that one.
yeah 12 million views from a modern Death
If
Battle.
Wow.
That's like unheard of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's unheard of for a modern one.
Like,
it's really fucking huge
even
for a
if you
modern episode.
hell, even on the shorts, look what's second. Like Omni members.
And that was uploaded recently too.
Yeah. But yeah, I think this
Yeah,
episode would
like
be fun. It's just again, it kind of got a very unfortunate situation because oops.
okay, nothing is topping that.
Yeah,
I
it
feel
slaughtered the bracket. Look,
yeah,
it
it
was
really
not
did.
even
Look
close.
at this.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Grewmind swept the week that it was.
Yeah, like
I
look
think
at
it's a
this.
good idea,
Look at this 54,
but
17, 24, 5. Like
but I am kind of glad Grewmind didn't make it to the win because Megamind has a new show coming up, and I feel like waiting for that is the best, just in case.
Yeah. And plus, they want to do a proper Mega Man sequel at some point.
Well, we can wait for the sequel. It's just the show that I feel like is
that
going to be a big determiner,
yeah.
so we can wait.
Also Rise
It's
of
a
Gru
great
is an
matchup.
also Rise of Gru is unironically a really fun movie. Go watch it.
I actually have more appreciation for Rise of Gru after the Mario film since I have the same writers.
Like honestly, fucking ignore the memes. Rise of Gru is unironically fun. Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Okay.
Frisk, yeah, Frisk right there. Yeah, Frisk, my boy, you're spitting down there.
God,
like
God.
there's
But yeah,
People
Gru
are-
versus Megamind, yeah, it's pretty much like it'll happen eventually, yeah, and it makes sense as a matchup. It'd be really fun, and I feel like if there is an
over
episode to
villains
do an,
turned heroes.
and I mean,
So.
if there is another episode to do an army battle with, I think this is the premier one. Because personally, I would like when Eggman comes back, I would like him to just fight, basically he himself to throw the hands instead of having the army do all the work.
Yeah.
Because
We're
I love,
gonna
because
get-
I mean, I love Eggman versus Wily. It's the first Death Battle I watched. I adore it. I do think it would
Yeah.
be a good idea to have his next episode against Bowser, most likely, to be mainly
Does
centered
People
on
anyone-
want
him
Eggman
fighting.
versus Bowser. People
Bowser-
really wanted. People thought that was gonna be the finale.
I mean, it could have been, honestly.
It
It
could have been,
should've.
but the beaker. It could have been, but the beaker was already taken by Rickon versus the Doctor.
Yeah, we'll discuss season 10 later. All right,
My
bracket 3.
My
I'll save.
favorite week.
All right, we're saving this for
Yeah,
last
that's
because I have words
perfect.
for it. All right, we'll save this for last because I have words for it. So let's first cover Scorpion versus Wolf. Honestly, yeah, I think this matchup does that kind of vibe. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
Wolf much at all. As far as I would like Scorpion to get like basically Scorpion to get like the Ryu treatment where his modern analysis is more serious to contrast his season 2 episode because remember Ryu's analysis in Ryu vs Scorpion was more comedy centric, whereas his one in season 5 was more serious and covering his journey. I think Scorpion
Yeah.
getting an analysis like that would be really cool.
Especially since Scorpion making peace with Sub-Zero and like Mortal Kombat X and 11.
Yeah, I would like I think I would like this matchup to happen at some point. It'd be cool.
This matchup would be fun, but I think I didn't really check the Sekiro versus. I didn't check the Scorpion versus Wolf chat that much, but I think some people who didn't vote it were kind of like, this is fine, but like because of the Mortal Kombat buffs from 1,
Yeah.
just dipped, and I'm like, it's not really too.
All right,
fair,
we have to
so,
talk
like,
about these two matchups together because of what happened. So,
Holy
Sailor Moon
shit,
versus
this-
Madoka. I mean, yeah, it's just it's two big magical girls. That's the basic gist of it. And yeah, I have two buds who really, really wanted this to win. And yeah, I
It's
see
Clary one of them.
I'm not fully who? What'd you say?
Clary, Beep.
No, I don't think I brought this up to her. I'm talking about two other friends. But yeah,
I
I guess
know
my
she's a big Madoka
I guess
fan.
my problem is I'm just not fully sure how they. I know next to nothing about Madoka Magica, but the minimal I know is that getting her to like work in a setting like this would be a little difficult.
I think that's why many people prefer Saint Seiya versus Moon.
Yeah,
Like getting Magical Girl versus Magical Girl is pretty cool, and I like it. But if they can't find a way to make it work, I think people would be fine to settle with Saint Seiya versus Moon.
yeah.
But
I
let's
think
Moon versus
Madoka, although I still think, they could find a way to do it. And I mean, I personally prefer Saint Seiya to fight Shazam.
Really?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, like I thought
That
about it a
makes
little
it
bit.
work.
Saint Seiya versus Shazam does actually really work for me.
It does. I can see that.
Okay.
It makes a lot of
But yeah,
sense from what I was told
getting
about Saint
Magical.
Seiya. Oh yeah,
But
I
yeah, I
forgot.
feel
I
like
forgot about this thing. Whoops. I had the tier list here.
yeah.
Uh,
Okay. I say like an A or B. It's a
uh,
good recent legacy matchup. I feel.
we'll put it
I
you.
feel like
We'll
that
give
one's a B
you.
as well.
We'll give you like a high B. You. I don't. I don't have. I need an
No
explanation for
opinion.
this
No
until then.
opinion. That's no opinion.
Shulk versus Lightning, yeah. Gru versus Megamind, yeah.
Yeah.
Zeus versus Odin, I'll give it like a C. I'm not too strong about it. This one gets like a low B. I'll give it like a
That one
high
would probably
C.
be a C. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
say all right, Madoka versus Sailor. We'll give it like right here. I think would
I'd
be
say B personally.
high B.
High
High
B,
B.
yeah.
We'll agree on a high B. Scorpion versus Wolf. We'll give it like right here. I think
I'll
Low
put it
B.
below.
low B. All
Okay,
right,
we get
now
to talk about my fucking pick. This was
upon the
I
all
want
right,
I
Juan, go
want
ahead. Tell them about the war between Sailor Moon, Madoka, and
holy
this.
shit. Okay, so for a time this had a little bit of lead, but immediately after like 2 days or a day, Moon Madoka just picked up the pace, and these two matchups were fighting back to back. I want to say this. At times we were 2% behind Moon Madoka, and at times we were just barely edging it out, getting just barely close. It was literally until the last day where we lost by what, 1%?
Yeah, 1%. Literally
We
by
And
lost by
that's every
26
version
1%,
of
votes.
Goku versus every version of Ryu. So
and
yeah.
we lost by 1%, and that was like under 20 votes we lost by. We were like both chats, both Moon Madoka and Composite Ryu versus Composite Goku were just so friendly with each other. It was the best fucking week, and it was the only close week out of every week. It was fun.
I guess you could say. This was an extremely close match.
I want to say something also. So Nina, so everyone who had their picks, they had to pitch the idea and such. You know what the guy who put this? You know what his fucking paragraph
Was.
was?
What was it?
He didn't put a paragraph. He just put Kamehame Hadouken.
I mean, not you got
Intro.
something. But yeah, alright, talk about the matchup itself. I mean,
All right.
it just
Listen,
sounds like it would
for
be the
all
funny.
respectness, I would respect the winner of this. I think it would have been insanely funny if like they did this fight and then the evolution Goku did the fucking car slide.
Yes!
I want to see it. There's so many good things you
No,
can
no, no,
pull from this.
imagine fucking live action. Nah, okay, so imagine a fucking, Fortnite Ryu. He throws like the disco ball from Fortnite. He makes the live action Goku dance, and then he just starts dodging everything by doing the car slide.
Like yes, like
And
we
then
can
you have Fortnite Goku.
like here's the thing, both get Fortnite scaling, so
Yeah.
we can at least make both equalize. Even though Goku's literal introduction in Fortnite was he's the strongest on the island, but
I mean, at the same
we
time,
can
you could
equalize.
say Ryu has more Fortnite experience because he was added way before him.
But we can still
Yeah.
equalize the stats because of Fortnite.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: even if we don't use all kinds of items from Fortnite, the fact that both of these characters have so much they can pull from is good. Goku can use Xeno stuff. He can use all kinds of stuff. Ryu can use the fucking Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Ryu
He
can
can
also pull
Ryu could-
out a Smash Ball randomly.
Yeah. You can roll up a Smash
Like-
Ball, anything from there. Like, again, it's just. You can just go insane
And
with it. It'd be
and my
funny.
favorite part of what they can use for Ryu is Power Rangers Ryu.
Yeah, that would go
God,
hard.
that'd be awesome.
Like
Yeah,
I want
because
to
he
see
became a Power Ranger.
I want to see Power Rangers Ryu just pulling out a big ass Kamehameha. not Kamehameha, a fucking Hadouken. I
Yeah.
almost said Kamehameha Hadouken again. But
Yeah.
yes,
I mean, his Hadouken in the Battle for the Grid was a Kamehameha, so you're not wrong.
I'm willing to wait on this matchup because Goku
Yep.
versus Superman 2023 happened, so I feel like
Yeah.
waiting a bit.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
This would be funny.
Funnily enough, the organizers were surprised at this matchup doing so well.
Oh,
They were even because how much backing was on this, we got them interested in the matchup too.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like thematically, like even if you putting aside all the memes and shit, it's like even thematically it does kind of work because like both characters are all about improving themselves through
arts.
battle and stuff. It's just Goku, he's more cheerful and everything about it, whereas
And
Ryu, he's more down to earth and serious.
And I was explained to this too, but like the connections also could be that this could be like a celebration of crossovers. These two have appeared in so many crossovers over their time.
Oh yeah,
And-
that reminds me. Ryu could literally pull out some other Capcom or even Banco and Sega friends from Project Crossover.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, they actually have to scale Ryu to Segata Sanshiro because of Crosszone 2.
Yeah, we also have to use the summoning cards. We could use the cards from Tenkaichi too.
Or you know
Or
what?
not Tenkaichi.
But here's the real question: who would win? Goku tagging in pre-patched Labco 21, or Ryu tagging in Marvel 3 Virgil?
Oh god!
That would be. But this
Or
21 lab code.
I know people prefer Sailor Moon for Goku, which I'm just like, Sailor Moon has other characters that we can have them fight. Same for Saint Seiya. And there's Jin Mori from God of High School, which I feel like, yeah, that's good.
I'll talk a bit more about Goku's matchups when we discuss the episode, but yeah. But
yeah, no.
I need to get on my soapbox now. All right, you motherfuckers. Let me educate you motherfuckers right now.
You're gonna educate us on the
This-
crack ship between these two?
Not yes
already
that,
know this
but
one.
the real thing is I'm being real. I'm just gonna go to this tier list right now, okay? Listen,
this is an automatic S tier, SS,
Like-
honestly.
like I'm being real.
You see, chat, I'm doing an advent calendar rewatching random episodes I rolled. I rolled the original Ragnar versus Soul. Well, Ragnar versus Soul. Me and Nina watched it before watching Goku versus Superman 3.
Oh god, you watched that one?
Yeah. Now I'm being blunt. All right, listen. Listen for y'all motherfuckers. Listen for all the motherfuckers out there. They say, "Oh, we want video game matchups." Guess what? This is one. For y'all who want, episodes with connections that are like Bibles worth long. This episode has that. You want a matchup that's actually very debatable when you get right down to it. This matchup is that. You want a matchup that just goes hard. Yeah, this is that. Like Blaze
This is
Blue. Like
all
I mean,
now.
I love as someone who loves both characters, dude. This is it for me. Like this right here, this is the peak of my matchup wants. Like literally the day this got announced, I was like, I literally I never thought they would ever give this matchup any attention. And they did. That was like the craziest shit. Cause like, dude, this works the moment you know anything about both characters. And it's like, as Juan was saying, Ragnar versus Soul. You know what? You can talk about Ragnar versus Soul. Go ahead.
That man! The villain's name is That Man!
That was the only good
that's
part
the
about that
only-
episode.
That's the only good part of that episode. Other than that, Ragnar vs. Soul is such a bad episode. They gloss over so much of Ragnar's story that it's not even funny.
Yeah. I mean,
It's not even glossy over. They gloss over it and just needlessly punch it into the ground for no reason when it's for shit
Like
that didn't matter.
there's so many jabs at Blaze Blue. We got a Blaze Blue jab in Soul's analysis.
which is stupid because even especially with later reveals, Soul isn't as powerful as we think. Kai could put up with him in the Exert Rev 2 ending because Kai is a brilliant tactician, knows how to push his Soul buttons the right ways after their years-long rivalry.
It's a bad episode.
Well,
Ragnar needs a good comeback, and Ragnar vs. Velvet is very requested.
Yeah, and it's like
Like-
I look at Ragnar's other matchups. It's like I'm not really a fan of his other things. Like redoing Ragnar versus Soul is kind of for me.
Because
Rock
again, Ragnar would just fucking sweep him,
Ragnar
honestly.
Ragnar versus Dante to me, it's just
Oh
What's the
no, so
connection there?
how
Just
about
red
how
hair.
about how about like can we like instead spend more time figuring out what the fuck happened behind the scenes of the Ragnar versus Dante DBX? I think that'd be better. But anyway,
Dante unplugged his controller.
yeah, and then
Dude, Ragnar's not even Ragnar there. He pulls out fucking shadow clone
and like
shit.
for
I'm
the
like,
and like for the two people out there who are unironically saying Wagner versus Ruby, you and me both know they both have better matchups than each other. All right.
Ragnar sweep.
Like I think the only
I know that one.
Velvet, honestly, like I think the only other matchup I'm really a fan of is like her versus Nero. But the thing stopping that from happening is that Nero versus Hellboy exists.
And like that one works a lot better for both.
But yeah, this one it's just so good. And yeah, like Juan said before, back when the Berseria came out, these two were people knows these two were so in line with each other. There was literally a fucking crack shit between them.
Yeah. Like Velvet is literally just Ragnar and a different game series.
Like literally, I am just so upset that this is the second lowest voted episode because frankly, this matchup
Please
is just
vote it.
it. Like
He said no.
Blaze Blue badly needs a new one. Rock needs a new one. Like, and I mean, I know thankfully they do actually have interest. They do want to go back to Blaze Blue and actually treat it properly. And I'm hoping they do
Just
that.
good.
And I think this would be the perfect episode to do it. Or I don't know, doing Noel versus Aegis, whatever works.
That'd be a good one.
As long as it's not fucking Jin versus Kai. Like, I'm not. No.
Ugh.
All right. Oh boy. All right.
Please stop.
Let's get. We gotta talk about this one. Luke Skywalker versus Saber.
How is that even a thing?
I want to say this.
Again, let's avoid shitting on matchups because that's not what we're here to do. Let's just
Fair
at least
enough.
try to like explain what the fuck is going on here.
I can,
I'm
however,
more
bring.
concerned about the connection than anything. It's not shit on the matchup, it's the connection that baffles me.
Well, you see, this isn't me shitting on the matchup. I can bring up the fact that so many people posted who invited blood here memes.
It's like I don't get.
I'm
I
just-
think like maybe animation wise, I think this could go, but at the same time, it's like this
This
just
was
seems
a-
very.
this Yeah, keep in mind this was picked over Luke versus that guy from Dune. And like, here's the thing. This is also some insight I can give. Like, they've admitted themselves they're like, yeah, we want to pick matchups that are like out of the box stuff too. You know,
Which
we
I mean,
need like
which I mean, that's
you know,
fair.
that one.
Yeah, that's fair.
We need like a Johnny Cage versus Captain Falcon pick.
Yeah.
Pick.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
That's fine. That's fair.
I just don't
Still
get
don't
this.
understand this.
Entirely fair.
I understand. I don't get this, and I think that's about all I have to really say. It's
Yeah. Like, Saber has better matchups, Luke has better matchups.
I mean, real. I have looked into Sabres matchups. I'm just like, I cannot find some consistency. It just feels like they're doing whatever.
Yeah. Like, Saber, if we want to go, like, since Saber is literally just King Arthur, there could be a lot of potential matchups.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm more of a fan of Luke versus Lloyd Garmadon. I don't know. Yeah, this matchup's just kind of weird to me. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Where do we want to put this? Like,
E probably. It's not like
I don't
it's
want
not
to
like a no opinion, but it's also not like
Anything with like Ninjago is funny as fuck because Ninjago is the funniest fuck series.
Yeah.
That's bad.
I just think it would just still be cool to get Ninjago in, but yeah. Anyways,
I
all right. Well, we'll save this for much later. All right. Toothless and wait, why does it say talk?
Hiccup.
Yeah, Hiccup. Yeah, Hiccup and Toothless versus Hero and Baymax. Yeah, more
Yeah, I
animated.
think-
Getting more animated movies on the show is fun, and this one does actually kind of
especially
vibe.
since
Yeah,
both have anime influence, especially Big Hero 6.
yeah, it would be fun.
It's a good one.
And we
I
can
got nothing more to say.
and in the
Oh,
analysis
idea.
we could get that was his mistake joke.
We need to have Shay Fearless voice that though.
Yeah, we need it.
We need a Shay Fearless cameo.
Shoot. No, that's
Nah.
gonna
The
no,
real
that's gonna
question
be
is, will
no, no,
they
no. We're
focus
getting
on-
no. We're saving Shaperless cameo for when we get a Moana episode.
The real question is, if that ever gets animated, would they focus on like Baymax and Hero from the film, or like from the comics, and same for Hiccup and
Yeah, for both
Toothless
both
for the books
movies.
versus the films?
I
Well,
mean, hey,
prob-
we're gonna have
no,
to use the movie. We're gonna have to use the movie and cartoon for Hiccup and Toothless.
they're probably gonna composite
Yeah,
both
make Hero
sides, which would be
6.
fine. Like I think compositing is fine as long as they're being consistent with it.
Yeah, it's just that like given the comics and books are totally different from the films and shows for both those
I
franchises.
love this idea.
All right,
I just think
Sackboy
it's
versus
neat.
Sackboy versus Maxwell. I honestly am not sure how this would work, but I'm open to see. But I love to see it
Sackboy would
try.
be. I feel like this is kind of a spine match, honestly, because like
I don't know.
Sackboy has literally endless creativity for as Maxwell's bound by his limits of his notebook.
I mean, I wouldn't
Oh
even say
no.
that's a spite match. That's more like I don't think a stomp matchup is necessarily a spite one, personally.
Oh no, we can use DC scaling for Maxwell too.
Oh,
God.
fair enough. Fair enough.
DC crossovers, let's go.
Yeah.
That is actually a fair point. I forgot about that game.
hmm
Yeah, I just think there's a lot of good ideas you can do this. Creativity versus imagination.
Pretty much, yeah. Just have fun with it. All right.
Yeah.
Next up, bracket 5. We'll save this
We
for
skipped.
later.
Oh.
Peter versus
Again.
Homer. Yeah.
I love
do
it.
that. The only problem, I guess,
I
we could.
think
Yeah, we'll have to
either
give.
won their fight, so
We
this
gotta
would be a
kind
good
of.
way to sign.
It would just be funny. I don't think I need to
Yeah.
explain much more. It would be funny as hell.
It's just funny. I like it. Also, I think Peter dies.
We'd
So
all.
he's a horrible.
I mean, we'd also have to
Yeah,
give Peter fucking
Homer is
Fortnite
really
scaling
good
now.
against actual threats in this series, keep in mind.
Although I guess we now have to also give Peter fucking Fortnite scaling.
We don't have to
True.
use that. We're not using that.
All right,
Shut up.
Jimmy Neutron versus Dexter.
This was my pick. This was my pick during
It does work.
that week.
It works, yeah.
I only picked this too, though.
I think the only problem is
Or
I'm not
James
sure
is doing
how would
both.
this work like from an animation point, like because we're either getting cursed ass Jimmy Neutron in 2D or cursed ass Dexter in 3D.
I mean, that happened both ways with the Jimmy Timmy crossovers.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. I'm not sure how they would do this, but I mean, it would be cool to see them try it. I said, Jimmy, why are
think
you
it would
looking
be
at me
neat.
like that?
Both of these characters are geniuses in their own. They also are kind of a bit,
And like they
evil.
also
Alright,
lack foresight.
Let's see. I
Common
think
sense,
this one I'll give it
foresight.
like a B, and then this one will give it like also, I guess, a B-ish, I guess.
Because there's a reason why Jimmy Neutron is already paired up with Timmy Turner and Cannon for both those series, because they also have very similar similarities
Yeah.
with their lack of foresight, but their ingenuity at the same time. Even if Timmy's not smart book sense, he's smart street sense.
Here's another legacy matchup.
Oh boy, Naruto versus Luffy.
Yo.
Oh boy.
All right, I'm gonna be real. Look, Naruto versus Ichigo. At least it made sense, made more sense thematically, in my opinion.
This
Naruto
one actually
versus
feels pretty
Luffy.
even nowadays.
Naruto versus Luffy. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it personally. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I think Luffy versus Natsu is a better matchup, and it's honestly funny because Natsu fought Ace, but like, I just don't get this one a whole lot personally. It just doesn't really vibe with me.
I really like this idea. Even discounting the ending from, even discounting the whole gag ending from Naruto versus Ichigo. I just think it's a nice little matchup between big shonen that we're starting around the time.
Honestly, they're pretty equal power level. Not evil. Because like Naruto getting control of the Nine Tails at the end of Naruto and Luffy keeps getting stronger for the Devil Fruit's powers, just like
Luffy
Naruto did when he mastered one ninjutsu.
Now, here's the thing. I'm joking when I say this because I don't know if it's true or not. Luffy, when Naruto gets Dwarf Star level.
What was that? I didn't hear that actually.
I said Luffy when Naruto gets Dwarf Star level.
Oh. Well, yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
basically tier 5 from what I know, so.
I don't know. He still is at planet at most if you want a very high ball.
Yeah. At the same time, yeah, it's just for me personally, this just feels like one of those matchups where it's like, It's the rivalry, and that's it.
You see, hey, look, at least it's a better Luffy matchup than Luffy versus Plastic Man.
I mean, I guess,
Yeah,
yeah.
true.
All right, and
Look,
then
Luffy
we will
doesn't have
save
much
this.
good except for Natsu.
All right.
I would keep saving that one for later, though.
Well, we kind of
Because
need
they won.
we need to because these are the top two. So yeah.
Oh,
Naruto
fair
versus
enough.
Luffy. I think it's the one I vibe with the least out of these.
Ah, damn, I would have put it
Damn,
in
I'd put it
C.
in D tier,
I
honestly.
would have put it
I
in C too.
I get it. Yeah, it's just for me personally. That's kind of how I feel about it. I don't hate it. I just don't. Meh.
Don't worry, chat will know our feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Lucina versus Mystery Dungeon Profile. Yeah.
Oh, that works. That really works.
Yeah.
It vibes. Lucina has two really good matchups. Her versus Siri. Siri? How am I pronouncing?
There's another
think,
one I think she vibes with, and that's Estelle Bright from Tales in the Sky.
I think there was.
get
I think I've seen people match Lucina with some. No. Wait. No, that
Person
was
from
someone else.
Witcher, I
Never mind.
think.
I don't
Someone
remember.
from Witcher. I think it's Siri. Chat can correct me on that, anyways. But yeah, I vibe with this more though because I love Mystery Dungeon. I like Fire Emblem. This makes sense. Both characters
Yeah.
time traveling back into the past to change the future.
And I mean, this would be, thankfully a new Fire Emblem episode that isn't, about three houses, so they wouldn't need to retread ground.
Yeah, and plus
And
both characters lost. Both
frankly,
characters lost someone.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
And it's just, frankly, Pokemon being absent from Death Battle for like 3 seasons feels kind of absurd to me.
The fact that I can actually say it's close because Grovyle has the hacks with all the items with the orbs and such. Lucina has the AP.
And the skills. Keep in mind, she can get Gale Force.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just,
but here's the thing. And I just like it because we don't really have to put Grovyle on like universal level because the creation trio is so different in these games compared to, the mainline series.
yeah. It's just
Yeah.
ultimately, I think, like, yeah. Again, I would like this, if nothing else, to at least get Pokemon back on Death Battle before Ash versus Yugi, because again, I think it's very strange that Pokemon has been absent for a while now. Like,
Huh?
Have they confirmed Ash versus Yugi?
No,
Oh,
it's just a really popular matchup, and I'm pretty sure some members on the Death Battle team like the idea too.
like I think they should get around to it.
I've tried this with a couple friends before. It makes sense because like Yugi has hard to card, sure, but Ash is also a tactician. When push comes to shove, he could probably outdo the top decking just by figuring out plans that Yugi doesn't think of.
Or as
Well,
I
keep
w-
in mind,
or as
Yugi
what
can
I was saying, or as what I was saying on Twitter, Ash could just punch Yugi in the face. Yugi has no physical feats.
Mind Push!
No, yeah, but that's not a physical feat.
I mean, he can summon the monsters from through the Millennium Puzzle as real
Okay, but I am
monsters.
talking about Yugi himself throwing hands, which he does not know how to do because he is a bitch.
No, he does. He
No.
doesn't.
No,
Nina,
you
he
say
pulls
no.
out the-
You say throws
No,
hands.
Nina, no. He pulls out the fucking thing he used in the Capsule Monsters arc.
Oh, God.
Whoop-de-doo. Ash can throw fucking logs.
Minecraft.
That's really tackled Bob full force, so yeah.
And he could carry
Anyways,
fucking Cosmoem. But yeah. Percy Jackson versus Zagreus.
You see, this is a good matchup because it does not involve Percy Jackson versus Harry Potter. I'm sorry.
No, that's
it's
the one
fair.
series.
We're
That's
not
the
gonna
one
endorse
series
transphobia.
that's the only series that deserves it.
Look, I know so another thing, we weren't allowed to shit on that, which, fair. In the Death Note Discord, you weren't really supposed to shit on matchups. Your ballot revoked.
But you cannot. Let's avoid Harry Pooper. Anyways, Zagreus. Honestly, I'm more of a fan of Pit versus Zagreus, but I mean this one kind of works, I guess.
I think it's good. Both characters come from mythological fathers, and both were trying to fight for the,
And like
other
both
heritage.
Greek mythological fathers at that.
I'm gonna dip for a bit. I'll be some back sometime.
Okay. But yeah,
Oh,
I like this.
Yeah.
If I'm being real, there is a matchup that isn't the one we showed our name for Percy Jackson that I can think of.
When we get to the next matchup we're about to talk to, I got something funny to say about it.
Well then, let's get to it. Scott
So
Pilgrim
remember
versus
when I was
Kazuma.
so remember when I was
What?
saying
Yeah,
Yeah,
works so much. I don't know
I
how that
guess
works.
both are losers, but like I prefer Subaru versus Kazuma.
Like both are
Mainly
losers that
because
are really strong when push comes to shove, despite being losers.
I got a friend who really likes Subaru Kazuma, and I'm willing to back that up more for him.
Like Scott Pilgrim and Kazuma both have good feats despite being losers at the end of the day. So
Me when I tell people that Scott Pilgrim is not moon level, rather he's just multi-continent level.
honestly, yeah.
He's not moon level. He's multi-continent, even with the new anime. But something I want to bring up. So, remember when I told you couldn't really shit on matchups, otherwise you get your thing revoked?
Yeah.
So, the person who submitted this matchup was shitting on other matchups and got his thing revoked because they put this in the week.
Ain't that funny?
So,
Oh,
literally,
that's irony.
he got it in, but they couldn't really take it out because they didn't have time to.
Isn't that just perfect?
And it makes it even more funny that I know, but a lot of people were kind of posting who invited blood here memes again with this one.
I mean, again, it's like Scott has better.
Not even. Yeah, Scott has better. I feel.
Yeah. And now
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna talk about the next one for a bit. So, Percy versus Zagreus. How do we feel?
That's
What?
a good low beat.
Thinking a high C.
Fair.
I'm agreeing with High C.
This one.
E.
There is another, like the only other matchup I can think of for Percy Jackson is probably like something like a series of unfortunate events, where it's like modern take on
Oh, you didn't rank
fantastical
Lucina
elements.
versus Grovile, or did you?
I did. All right,
We'll have to skip
X.
it.
All right, X versus Optimus Primal.
Wait, this
So,
one won. I thought you were skipping the winners.
well, no,
Before
we
get
just
to
cover the winners last of each bracket. We only just skipped the top two.
Oh,
Yeah. So X versus Optimus Primal. All right, this one's okay. Now here's the thing. I think as a matchup, yeah, this one goes very hard. I think this is a really good one. I think they should do it. Now I think the main thing for me, I just want them to do is like with everything I know about, like, 'cause X is my boy, and like I don't know much about Beast Wars. I have asked information from others about it. I think personally, my main thing with this is like I at least want them to. I want them to at least try to make sure they could do this in a way that makes the character that keeps the characters in character, you know? Because I
Like
mean,
how X only.
despite how like Optimus versus Gundam, that episode is fantastic. We still all know like the core problem with it was that it didn't characterize Optimus well. Like it tried to make it operate in a way that would give Optimus a reason to fight. It just wasn't done that well.
Yeah.
But I think in the end, like they
Like
need to just like as long as they can find a way to keep both characters in character, I think this would be fine. Like I think honestly, this episode is, in my opinion, this is a good match in my opinion to have it where there isn't really a death. Like they just defeat one another, but they don't kill each other.
yeah. Like maybe having that X initially thinks Primal is a Maverick, but then when he learns the truth, he just relents at the last second or something.
Something like that.
we
I
like
think
it.
they might get confused that they might think each other is a Maverick, like either a Maverick or something. Well, I guess maybe it would be better for X in his case, but I mean at the same time, like, or they could just set up
But
as
like
the
a
two are just
X4
having,
X4.
or they could set up as the two are having a sparring match.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know, maybe like their respective like maybe Sigma or I forgot who Primal fights. They could set up in a case where like they are being manipulated behind the scenes and they need to fight each other, but then in the end they realize who
Yeah.
each other are and they don't take each other out.
And
Well,
then
In
they end up and then it just be like a curb stomping of whoever orchestrated it,
yeah, in the end, I just want them to do it in a way that would keep both
I
characters in character. That's
I
all I
just
really
hope they
want.
keep characters. Yeah, I hope they keep both characters in character and kind of keep it in a respectful side because I know X.
Yeah. And
I
I mean,
wanna, I
they
wanna
have
see how
gotten
more.
better with this kind of stuff lately. Like, Tanjiro versus Jonathan, Yenda think did it pretty well,
Goku
for
versus
example.
Superman 3 was very respectful to both.
Well, to be fair, those two are characters that, would, dash in to, do the hands throwing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think, yeah, they could do this. I just really hope they would do it in a way that keeps both characters, again, in character, as I keep saying.
Yeah. It makes sense because, like, there's no way they'd fight otherwise.
Yeah, and I mean, with how popular the episode did become, I think they will get to it, especially with a lot of people wanting X to get his own episode disconnected from the Battle Royale. So yeah,
It would
It's
be good.
like, did,
so yeah,
did X get, did, have they done, like, Zero yet, actually?
Zero did get an episode in season 4 against Metal Sonic. Yeah,
He
That
has
makes
one
sense.
against Meta Knight, but I
that
prefer
is
something
that
better.
is that is a matchup people have really liked for Zero. Yeah,
Because, like, both are vigilantes that have connections to the main hero and a strong sense of justice at the end of the day.
and I mean, animation potential wise, it would be pretty good. But yeah,
Yeah.
anyways,
Especially if you have, like, Meta Knight doing his intro from his Forgotten Land fight.
yeah. So week 7. All right, we got Spike versus Revy. Yeah, this
I
it
love this one. I
it
love
just works.
Cowboy Bebop.
It just
It
works.
works.
Cowboy Bebop, yeah. Spike
Yeah.
It's a
Alright,
grounded.
how's it going?
It's such a grounded matchup that is very good. We need more matchups that are kind of.
There's just two
Yeah.
ordinary people. Yeah, it just works. I mean, yeah. I don't know. It just kind of works.
It just
Like, if
works.
you wanted. I don't think you'll find a more grounded anime matchup than this at that.
Very much. Even grounded matchups in general, like, I think the only one that really exists is, like, John Wick versus James Bond.
I mean, Winter Soldier
I feel like
versus
James
Red
Bond would be better
Hood.
up against Jason Bourne
Even
anyways.
honestly, even like, yeah, I guess, yeah, Jason versus Michael's also been more grounded, yeah. But yeah,
Red Hood
this
versus Winter Soldier is grounded too.
for the most part, yeah. All right, Hulk versus
Ah.
Godzilla. Okay,
Big man versus bigger man.
I guess.
so here's the
It's-
thing. I thought this was kind of silly, but then, I was watching the Hulk versus Godzilla Death Battle cast, while I was waiting for the Goku versus Superman preview. And, them discussing things, a bit more in depth, like, Godzilla stuff and all that. Like, honestly, it does kind of make me, a bit more interested in this, like, a little bit more, because, like, it's more so when you get away from the movies, get into, like, the extended universe, like the comics, you just see how fucking batshit Godzilla is.
Yeah.
Godzilla is so fucking batshit crazy.
Like, bro, bro in the comics fights Satan. Satan summons a bunch of monsters that just eat all of Godzilla's skin until he's a skeleton and the bones fall. Then the skeleton just forms back up. He gets up, roars, controls the
Tommy
monsters that ate his
Godzilla is a
skin.
dry
Those
bones.
monsters become Godzilla's skin, and then he just kills Satan.
See, Tommy Godzilla's a dry bones.
He's just him,
It's fun. I'm
himzilla.
still not really sold on the idea. It's good, but I need more to be sold on it.
And I think, like,
Yeah,
Hulk, he can
I'm
still wait a
kinda
bit
sold on
more.
it, honestly.
Hulk, I think, can still wait a bit more, considering how good Hulk versus Broly was.
Hulk
Yeah.
versus Broly.
I'm giving this like
It's
a I'm giving this one like a D. I think it's fair enough for it.
Yeah, makes sense. What's the next one?
That's the winner. So we'll go to Ellie versus Clementine. I refuse to engage with Last of Us, but sure, let's discuss this.
I'm willing to settle for this because, again, I feel like another grounded matchup is both characters are connected with the fact that both were young in a
When
zombie
the zombie
apocalypse.
outbreak started, yeah.
Both were young when the zombie apocalypse started. Both had a caretaker that lost that caretaker eventually. Both took different paths. Ellie took, that, and
Revenge.
Clementine more or less searched for a child that was given birth for the longest time. It's really good.
It's fine, I guess, for me.
It's good. It's
I
fine,
Last of Us 2,
but it's not.
it works.
It's not amazing. I feel like it's good enough to where I can say fine.
Yeah. Okay, well, like there. All right, now.
One fan of the first game with it, yeah.
All right, that was just going there, like a full stop. All right, Palpatine versus
Yeah.
Xehanort. Fuck yes.
Give
Fuck
us this.
yes.
No. Demography.
Xehanort.
You want to talk about
funny
it?
considering Xehanort's voiced by Nimoy.
You
and
want
that's why
to?
Ericus was
You
voiced
want to
by
talk
Hamill.
about a DBX that I really want to become a real episode? Oh my god, this.
It's such a good idea,
It
Bo.
just works.
It
It
works.
just works.
Palpatine
Both-
versus Xehanort. Like, I don't need to explain this. You saw the DBX. You know how good that was. Get Double Artemis. He's on Blender. Get him to do this again. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Plus,
let's
it'd be
see
another-
Star Wars. Yeah, let's see Star Wars fans take an L again.
Yeah.
But also like Leonard Nimoy voices Xehanort. It's gonna be a good way to get basically a pseudo Star Wars versus Star Trek.
Yeah.
Well,
It's fun.
they won't use Leonard Nimoy's voice lines. They'll get a VA to them.
Yeah, but it would be
to,
a
like-
fun. It would be a fun little background sort of thing. It's funny.
Yeah. And
And
like
it's
he
like-
did have that background sort of thing in canon, because like his best friend from childhood was Max Ericus, who was voiced by Hamill.
Now, how long before people try to say that, oh, but this would just be Yoda versus Mickey, but evil? Because people were definitely right when they said that about Obito versus Darth Vader.
Oh God.
Don't remind me. I mean, I still question the verdict, but like, I'm like,
The matchup
just
is
like-
not like this matchup just has so much to it. It would be so much fun.
Both are master manipulators who have plans upon plans upon plans.
fucking Vader versus Obito was the start of my losing going against characters. Ah,
All right, now
Okay,
the
that one
final
makes
bracket.
sense.
All right, Freddy Krueger versus Pennywise. Yeah, more horror movie characters. That's good
I
for me.
like more horror movie characters and matchups.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, especially if they're like iconic like these two.
yeah.
Both.
It'd be
Freddy
fun.
Krueger would
And
also
we
be good
and we could
against-
get more boomstick hating clowns.
Yeah. Plus, we need
Or,
now you're playing with power line.
This would be fun.
Now I'm playing with power.
Next up we have. All right, Skeletor versus
Okay.
Lord Zed. Please God,
That works.
Please.
Do
please,
it.
that'd be perfect.
Okay,
Perfection.
so Nina, going back to the point I made of shitting on matchups that you're about to do, I got yours. Fun fact: when I joined the Deathbot Discord, like a week later or so, a guy got his ballot revoked, and this was one of them. Everyone was doom posting. Everyone was like, he's the only person who posted it. I guess someone else posted it later, and they were like, yeah, let's put this there. But legitimately, for a time, no one had any belief in the tournament because
And-
the only person who put it there.
It's funny because
God,
then they
we're not-
announced this on the Death Battle cast that was covering it. They should this
That's
match.
perfect.
I love the idea. I
It's
would like
fun.
more Power Ranger episodes. It's fun. Like
And it-
even if you want us, like you can use Bo's comedic nature from their series that they were represented in, and you can use them both in the serious ways that they were.
Like both are serious and funny characters. Like they're not like, and like if you want to find if you want a truly serious Power Rangers villain, there's always like Master Dog. If you want a truly funny one, there's Lofor. But like, who the fuck would match up with those two? You know,
Probably some characters here and there, but yeah.
like, these
Yeah.
are two iconic villains, and Zed is probably the second most iconic Power Rangers villain, just beyond Rita herself. So.
Yeah. In the end, I still say my most crackhead demand for this episode: get Vine Sauce Joel to voice Skeletor.
It's true.
The
He
pizza,
deserves it.
the
He
pizza,
deserves it.
He-Man, eat it.
No, eat the pizza, Lord Zed. Eat it. What?
I mean, if they're gonna be playing
Wait,
into the
He-Man.
if they're gonna be playing into the comedic side of Skeletor, otherwise then they could get someone else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think Vine Sauce Joel playing into the comedic side of fucking Skeletor would be just the funniest shit.
It would
Joke's on
also be
you,
full
I'm into
circle
that.
for Joel's brand.
Joke's
Yeah.
on you. I'm into that.
Alright, next we have the Grinch versus Jack Skellington, which I mean, yeah,
It's
We
good.
don't.
we're-
We don't even have a Christmas episode. So yeah, this would be fun.
I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, you mean Nightmare Before
One
Christmas
hates
is
Christmas,
a
the other is
Halloween
enamored with
episode?
Christmas, but one hates Christmas, the other loves Christmas, but doesn't know how to run it. It
I think
works.
you mean Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween movie.
Bro, this
Hey, it's both. It
doesn't have like a
counts.
whole DMC game around too. What's the Grinch have? I mean this politely, by the way.
Apparently it is. There's some stuff Grinch has. Like I think they did the death metal cast on it. So like I don't know. But I mean, hey,
There's the
no matter what, this
2002
would be
film we
fun.
don't talk about.
I mean, this would be fun. You know,
It
I
would
mean,
be
and
a
again,
fun
like we
time.
don't
I
act, and again, we don't have an actual Christmas themed episode. So I mean, this would be cool.
Because
Okay.
again, one loves Christmas, the other hates Christmas.
And I mean, this would be an easy setup. You know, the Grinch is trying to ruin Christmas. Jack is trying to stop him from ruining it.
Exactly. One loves, one
That-
hates.
The setup is so easy right there.
I mean, hey, if Jack does die, you can have him probably igniting that love for.
I'd say yeah, we could give this one a right
A middle
here, middle of A.
B. I mean
Middle-
A. I meant
Yeah, middle of A.
I meant
Yeah.
A. Yeah, I was agreeing.
All right.
Yeah, that's a
Now
yeah.
the winner of this bracket, Sans Undertale.
Honestly, this is an indie matchup I can vibe with.
Who's the one to write? I don't know
I
them.
think he's called the judge.
Judge.
The judge from
The-
Off.
Oh, off. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know who
Yeah,
this is.
that totally makes sense.
I mean, I think yeah.
Off was,
It makes sense in the fact that both characters judge you in the end of the game. Sans judges you as the player at the end of the either genocide or pacifist
Also, like-
route.
Also, like the thing with Off was that it was the original Quirk era found RPG that talks about depression, like years before Lisa and the one we showed on Aim and Undertale and stuff.
Yeah, and then the judge pretty much judges the batter at the end, where if you go against the judge, or if you pretty much try to go for the batter's ending, you fight the judge.
It
How
would
like
just
he fights.
again more indie game characters is always fun, and the idea of Sans Undertale on Death Battle is just yeah. That is funny.
Yeah, and that's good now that I know it's from Off, because Off was one of those games that helped inspire Undertale actually.
It would be cool.
I can see that with the fact that both the batter and Kara are both self-aware in their series.
So Sans versus the judge.
Yeah.
We want to put a low
Well, I
A.
mean- Not Kara, I have to say Kara because it's like character.
I guess we'll put Sans versus judge on like the low end of A.
I like the Epictene's disciples fighting in East. That's very epic.
Now we can talk about the two top
All right.
two.
The winner. All right, the top two. We have starting off Kratos versus Asura. All right, the runner-up of the 3D poll in the last champions vote, and now is the runner-up of the Tournament of Champions.
Such a
It's
shame.
all right.
but-
It's all right. It's not a shock. It's literally just yeah. Like Kratos is like at this point one of the four most requested characters to return on Death Battle. Like it's between him, Spawn, Master Chief, and Doom Guy, and like Kratos has been like the runner-up in two of these. Like honestly, at this point, it's probably gonna happen eventually. Like honestly, it's probably gonna happen in season 11. Like
It
even
works.
despite it not winning, it's probably gonna happen anyways.
It works because the connections are both for fathers who, by the gods, got so angry they decided to fight the gods.
You know, it's fun. It has a lot of
works, it just
animation.
works.
It has a lot of animation potential, soundtrack potential. Yeah,
They're
It
just
just
two really angry dudes, smacking it around, destroying the planet. That's all you need to know.
it'd just be really fun. Do that. There's a lot you can do with it. So go ahead. It's very
And
straightforward.
then-
And then yeah,
The
a
winner.
winner. We go with the thumbnail that they did make for it. Yeah, Tom versus Wile E. Coyote.
Sorry about that. I had to mute for a bit.
It's good. It's
we were
good.
talking about Kratos versus Asha.
Yeah.
I'm fine with this. I
Yeah.
kind of wanted
Yeah.
to wait a bit before we got back into wacky cartoon stuff.
I mean,
like it's
it-
compared-
I mean, at the same
Okay,
time,
but
it's like it's very
I'm still-
drastically different from Courage versus Scooby, so it's like it's fine. I mean, I still think
It's
this would
also
be a
drastically
really
different
fun.
than SpongeBob versus Aquaman, so
I think what kind of also helped this matchup get a little bit more popular is the whole Warner Brothers stuff going
Yeah,
on.
the Wiley versus Acme stuff, really helped give this episode like another push because this thing really deserves it. Like it needs it.
It does.
Warner Brothers also owns Tom and Jerry, so like it's a double whammy.
Yeah. I'm just like, damn, I just don't know how this is gonna work from a versus standpoint. Like, are they gonna do another standstill? Because
Uh
considering
oh no,
Tom is
this
just
is.
considering Tom is just almost fucking invincible.
I'm pretty sure there is a definitive winner. Like we're not gonna get a tie this time. And
Yeah.
plus, someone in the Death Battle Discord was like drawing up and for the startup. Like you can have Wiley working like in an Acme shop. Tom's just chasing Jerry around and trashes the place.
Yeah.
He's
And
while trying to chase down Jerry. He runs out, but like Wiley just grabs him and says, "You're gonna pay for this?"
Yeah. It'd just be
And like,
fun.
and like, let's be honest, Wally has died canonically before, whereas Tom never fucking dies. So that's
He's
probably
just-
the best way to.
Tom
He's just
canonically dies in like a couple of shorts, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like there's one where like he gets his head cut off, so I don't know.
I mean, again,
But
he
the
just kind of
Death Battle is
survives it.
also-
Like
Yeah.
brother,
I'm pretty
brother
sure there's-
literally had his fucking nut. Like he literally, like had his nuts get fucking destroyed by a tree log, and he just flew it off like it was nothing. Why is Boomstick on a fucking page? What? They gave Boomstick the D-Mass. Sorry, I'm just going off topic. Oh god. Oh god. Oh.
Oh
Ew.
god, I
Ew.
forgot. That was Boomstick's original design.
2011
I
Boomstick.
forgot
Oh.
about that.
Oh god, that was terrifying.
I mean, if you think that's terrifying, look at Wiz's original.
I don't think. I think I'm gonna. It's like a fucking hate crime. Anyways, Greatest was Osira. Yeah, I think personally I'll put it like
What
I'll
is
put
it
it-
with you in hate crimes?
I don't know. And then Tom versus Wiley. Yeah, we'll put them both in like S tier, like right here. I think this is good.
Anyways, gonna petition Travis versus Jack still. I know some people. I know MBU wants it. Can help me push it, MBU?
One day, my sweet.
I'm a fan of a lot of these, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah,
You Keep in mind, this is 32 episodes. This is like enough for 2 seasons.
yeah. Ultimately, yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, maybe
Yeah.
because like again, from what I know, like even episodes that didn't win the ballot could still happen. It's just that the winner is guaranteed.
Yeah. So we only really just got Tom versus Wiley guaranteed, but others could still happen.
And I mean,
No,
Kratos.
one matchup
Mhm.
one matchup I feel like I can safely say it's not happening next season. Probably Goku versus because we just had Goku.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll probably wait a bit. I mean, at the same time, I mean, they did go for Superman this year, and last season ended on Goku. Technically.
But who knows?
And, like-
Maybe
All right.
And, like-
So yeah, we'll see what comes out of the season 11. But now we have another
Season 10
season to talk
recap.
about. Season 10. Oh boy.
All right,
Let's
I'm just
go.
gonna say this right now. Chat. This is not gonna change. Guts Dimitri is still my favorite.
We'll get one thing at a time. So Ant-Man versus the Atom.
I haven't seen most of this season, so I'm
It is-
gonna probably
Ant-
be muting for this.
Ant-Man versus the Atom. Existences. It's not bad.
It's a fine
So-
enough DC versus Marvel episode. I still say, out of the 3 that we have this season, it's probably my second. It's probably in second place for me.
I
Or-
just kind of put it at the bottom of the season for me because I don't know. It's just kind of it exists. That's all for me.
Also, chat. My meme notes for this episode is ants up the at get shot.
Yeah. Then next up, Skyrim. I'm not Dragonborn versus Chosen Undead. We're not fucking calling it Skyrim versus Dark Souls, no matter what fucking
The fact
Todd
that
Howard
we
says.
got such a peak episode for only the second episode says a lot. And the fact that I can still say it's peak and still put it like not even in my top 5. The season goes strong, people.
It's just yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's
You know,
a-
analyses are pretty fun. The fight is really good. It has good comedy, good action, good pretty much everything. Yeah.
Fireborn is probably the best track this season.
It's just yeah, really good shit. Shame
It's
that it
just-
didn't have a joke about Todd Howard putting Skyrim on your mom.
It just works.
All right, Killua
That would
versus
work so well,
Misaka.
but shame.
Strangely, the thing that I still remember about this episode is that like for some reason in the preview, like when it was being announced at the end of Dragonborn versus Chosen Undead, was the fact that like the preview for this just didn't have like the series and the text was super tiny.
I think I remember.
That was kind
It's
of
been a while.
that was weird.
I
But yeah,
think this is a fine matchup. We got Hunter x Hunter in the show fine for question, and people asked, "Wait, what's Hunter x Hunter?" Even though they asked for Deku versus Gon.
it's like it's like damn, did y'all want it or not? Anyways, yeah, episode's
I
pretty
like
good.
this episode. Change Apart is a really good track too. Like I know people. Also, something about Change Apart. Love the track, but also I know people say the track doesn't spoil who wins. But like when you have, I know saying like when you have a character be the last part of the track doesn't really spoil because we've had that happen before, and the character is lost. But like it kind of made this one more obvious for me, people. I'm sorry.
I mean, real, I just didn't think there was really a. I mean, real, like Killua just didn't have a chance in my opinion, from what I knew. But yeah, the
Killua!
episode was pretty fun.
That was fun. I liked it. We got a
I'd
Hunter
say,
x Hunter
I'd say,
character.
I mean, like, I'd say like the puppet rigging was a little janky, but like it's fine ultimately. And I would say everything when like the metal giant shows up, everything that happens during that segment is just peak.
It's really good. I love it.
Yeah. Stitch versus Rocket.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Okay, that's actually a good one.
It's funny because I got to
Yeah.
watch. It's funny because I got to watch this after seeing Guardians 3.
Let's go. I love this
Peak,
episode.
peak,
It's
fiction.
really good. I just really like the vibes. I know people are kind of upset at Rock scaling, and I say understandable. However, this episode is still peak. I love Lilo and Stitch. I also love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies too.
It was just really fun, no
It's
matter what.
yeah, it's really fun.
It's a fun idea.
Also had really good voice out. Also had really good acting. Like fucking like Jeff Shine's fucking Rocket is just on point. I just still think like my favorite scene in the fight is just like I guess it's just Rocket responding to Stitch's fucking cursed language. It's like, what'd you say
Like,
about my mother? And then and then later on Stitch says something so offensive that Rocket says, yeah, that's it. You're gonna fucking die.
Rocket
Shout out
just
to Rocket knowing Stitch's original language, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense. He's gone across the galaxy, so
Yeah,
he's probably already picked up on the language.
exactly.
All right, but now
another
peak.
as
Now,
fuck
now this right here.
episode.
Oh,
Look, the
right.
fact that I don't, if I recall, I don't even think I have this in my top 5. Again, call it so good. I'm not gonna count the fucking conclusion, people. Sorry, chat. I'm not a versus debater that much.
I just look. I only care about the conclusion as long as it's like consistent with their own research.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And plus, I feel like it's good enough conclusive. I feel
Again.
like both characters are done good. Darth Vader needed a good episode after Doctor Doom versus Vader.
They
Oh
sacrificed
God, don't remind me of that one.
They sacrificed Imperial March for an all-around good episode. That's how we do it, boys.
Fucking Devil Arm. I think Devil Armor's Handmaid did this one too.
He did, yeah. He had a little bit of
Yeah.
help, but yeah, it was mainly. But yeah, he did.
Man
And
cooks.
we got
That's all I can say.
We got Jason Marnocha to come back for Vader from DBX, and you know he did very good here. And fucking Nicholas Andrew Louis voicing Obito. Like, what is this man's lungs? What is this man's lungs? Look at this. You got fucking Sonic. You got fucking Tommy Oliver. You got Kakashi, Madara, Obito. Like,
Another
Danny
thing.
Phantom. Wow, that's range.
So another thing I want to say, he did Obito so good. The fact that he did Obito's voice when he was still masked in a different, deeper tone.
yeah.
And then when he was unmasked, he finally did, the regular voice that Obito would make. That's
Yeah.
what he does in the anime too. Obito.
Oh, yeah, like, he's just.
Yeah, that's
What
a
the f-
Snowbeetle thing.
NAL is just insane, man. God bless him.
Like, I like this. Really good. Connections are really good. All right, people. Chat.
All right, Phoenix versus Raven. Oh.
Probably the weakest
boy.
episode to me this season, people, but I still give it like a 7 or a 6 out of 10.
It's like
I'm waiting for this next episode
so.
personally because there's some things to say about that one.
All right, so this one it's all right, I guess. I mean, I'd say this one's better than Ant-Man versus Adam purely because of the joke about Phoenix's constant ways of dying.
The fucking hilarious, the best part in this episode is the fact they're talking about, man, Phoenix is probably gonna die later. We have
Hey.
regret to inform you that during the production of this episode, Phoenix has died. Jean Grey has died yet again. And I'm
Every time,
just
every time. That got me. I was like, I was expecting him to say, it's like, watch it, you're gonna say she died again, and I still laughed.
the fucking what foghorns or fucking bagpipes, like
Yeah,
I'm like,
We regret to inform you that Phoenix has died.
it's the best part.
yeah.
It's the best part of the episode. It's so fucking hilarious. They probably didn't intend for it to be that way, but I'm just like, look, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was good that they got Kira Buckland to voice Raven again, and Corey did well as Phoenix. On the fight is just kind of all right. The track existences.
I'm more interested in the next time though.
I like. Not gonna lie, the
Same.
track. Also, the track is. It does give me some happy just because it has the. And that just, I don't know. It just kind of gives me happy juice. All right,
What is that?
the fucking
What
X-Men
is that?
theme or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right, here we go. Fire
They got
Emblem
the Fire Emblem fan base
Gun-
to rally against their own character.
Finally, Guts gets to come back with an actual episode. Dimitri
I'm
gets
sorry, Gus,
Fire
this
Emblem
Square
finally
thing.
gets on the death battle.
Like, I'm
And
sorry,
they got the
Square
Fire Emblem
Thing.
fan base to think that they were being set up only to be proven wrong.
It's so
Me when I
funny because
tell
like I
me
then
when I
learned
tell
from the
Fire
versus
Emblem fans-
debaters, it's like, oh no, Dimitri, he just fucking stomps Guts in the dirt.
like, here's the thing. I think an easier way. Okay, so a little bit of a thing. My only problem with the episode is it feels a bit too versus heavy. They kind of go over the magical nukes a little bit too much while also not trying to explain. Like, I think if you watch the conclusion while knowing that attack potency and strength are two separate things that versus debaters talk about, you'll understand it more and you'll be fine with it. To a general casual person, the conclusion will be like a big ass reach. Well,
I feel like it works for
Yeah.
me.
And like it works for a Fire Emblem standpoint too, because attack, strength, and attack as a stat are two different things.
And at the same time, I feel like they still, even aside from the magic nukes, they did give, Dimitri enough benefits to the episode anyways, considering, Atrocity is literally a move that bypasses armors, and what is Guts' biggest tool?
his berserk
armor.
armor. But yeah, I love this episode. I know many people complain about the character feeling like the midpoint of their stories, and I'm like, that's fine enough, I feel, because we still have the context that both grew throughout the story. I just feel like they made the right call using both characters in the middle of their stories against each other was
Like-
the best call.
Like, it worked
Yeah,
for
'cause,
both
like,
of them,
Dimitri was-
especially when you can see it as, Dimitri at the end of the fight does kind of go through the final bits of his arc.
And
in a
like,
way.
And like Dimitri, after his arc, he would not have anything to do with killing people randomly. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
but
just
yeah,
love-
Gus's analysis was, thankfully this. You want to talk about an episode that made Gus's previous episode look way worse to me? Oh boy, this was it because man,
His analysis is so much better this time.
because it
The
actually
editing is
it actually feels like someone actually reading and talking about Berserk instead of just one of those guys that goes, "Oh my god, guys, dude, fucking Guts looking to be so epic. Oh my god, he's so cool, dudes. Whoa."
me when I tell people that Guts doesn't scale to Griffin, and he's only like town level.
Yeah. Also,
But,
also
I mean,
Xander
again,
Bow.
it got the Fire Emblem fan base to rally against their own character, which
Even
is
though-
hilarious.
It's so whack.
Dude,
Fire Emblem
But, yeah,
fans
I love
pretending
this
to know how
episode.
burst debating works.
I love this episode. Guts and Dimitri's analysis were so good. The fight is also good. God's Hand is probably my favorite track this season.
Yeah.
And my
Wait, did they did they use Xander Mobus?
Yeah,
Isn't that his voice actor and canon too?
no, it's
No.
not. Dimitri, they got Kevin Rivera, who's really good. Yeah, Xander Mobus, he did really good. I mean, hey, first Xander
Xander
Mobus
Mobus is
role in fucking
There's
years.
just a whole lot in the fight too that's really good.
Look at this. Like, look at
Guts
this.
literally
His last
Guts.
episode. Like, when was
Yeah.
this? Where's the link
Um,
to the episode?
the
But
real
well,
question is would they use Xander Mobus if they ever get Joker in, since that's his character.
I don't think they would. Or if they did, they would need to put him under an alias.
yeah.
Probably because
But
that's just copyright at that point.
But
but
yes,
yeah, one thing I want to bring up is that Holly is checking that. Is that there's so many things in the fight that are good. Guts tells Dimitri to save all that shit for when he's dead, and when Dimitri's literally saying, "I'm gonna rip your head out," you can see Guts starting to regain his consciousness while he's attached to the tree and just
he's just like,
headbutts him to shut him up.
he's just like, bro, is this man still? Is this what is bro waffling about?
He's just like, what the fuck? He's just like having none of that shit. The fucking scene where both activate their stuff at the same time, Dimitri activating Awaken mode and, Guts activating the Berserk armor.
Which them
really
both.
good too.
Which dude, the fucking Berserk armor transformation. I mean, dude, that alone is like
It just twists Guts' arm back into
fucking
place while you see the blood.
fucking breaks the ice off, twists his body, and he fucking yells like, bro, that goes hard.
The ending is really good too. Guts. Now, this was in the commentary. They wanted to not have Guts die while still in the control of the Berserk armor. So it works in that standpoint too, where the Berserk armor probably kept Guts alive, but he still got up on his own will
Yeah,
with the last bit of his blood.
yeah.
And there's also so many good things too, because Air Bar breaks after 20 uses, after Dimitri has used Frozen Lance and all his.
Wait, they actually factored that in?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
if you do the math,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
it does pretty much almost count up to that. It's cool.
As long as you don't count the blocking and probably don't count the start of the fight when they're in the trees,
Yeah.
it gets close enough to 20 to the point when Dimitri blocks, it just breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because blocking, that makes sense.
It's really cool.
It's
I
like
love
our
this
counter
episode.
attacks.
Yeah,
It's a
for the
really
first
good
ever
fake out.
for the first ever Fire Emblem episode and for bringing Guts back, yeah, this was perfection.
It was good. I
And
loved it.
and thank God, because Guts versus Nightmare. Look, I'm just telling y'all right now, it's gonna be a good while before I get to actually making the fucking season 2 ranking video.
Season 2
Guts-
is just a mess.
Guts versus Nightmare. I want y'all to know. I initially was debating putting it below Yang versus Tifa.
Oh
After
god.
rewatching it, I put it so far below it, it wasn't difficult to decide that.
Yeah, season 2 was a mess.
It has very good high points, just has a lot of things to get past. Alright, speaking of things,
Terms?
Martian Manhunter versus Silver Surfer. Two
Okay.
characters, honestly, very much overdue to appear on Death Battle, frankly.
Okay. This is gonna sound controversial to some people.
Nina,
But
you sound
this
really
is
weird in
my-
my car's audio. Not gonna lie.
Hi, Morgan.
But I really like this episode. This is my favorite Marvel versus DC this season.
I think it's
fun.
my favorite of the Marvel and DC episodes.
I
Yeah.
love the analysis because it goes over both characters and their characterization well. The fight, while it's not really much of a fight, I still like it because it's just good. It's like, I can't say much, but like it's good.
It just has a lot. It's just very strong.
They're more passive.
Yeah,
More
it just
passive
has.
personalities.
It just more plays into like their characterization rather than the heavy action that they're known for,
Yeah,
which I
and
think
both
works.
questions.
Which I think works very
both
well.
are pretty much.
Very
Both
Because like
interesting.
they're both passive type characters, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I also like how Silver Surfer being here pretty much hinted at Galactus coming.
Yeah, and then Kamran,
God,
and then of
that'll be
course
awesome.
they got the guy that voiced Sephiroth and Mario to voice Martian Manhunter.
It's so I like it. I still place it low, but like I still really like it.
I would say yeah, a very
I'm guessing
big
Galactus
benefit.
would be like versus Unicron.
Also, it's funny how Paul Guyett got to voice 3 characters back to back to back.
Interesting.
But yeah,
It just happens sometimes.
yeah.
It's fun.
All around, yeah, it was a pretty solid episode. I think the analyses are what really help it, because I think they're really good. But yeah, All right, now we get to the championship winners. So,
All right, chat.
Bill
Yep.
I'm
Bill
sorry.
Cipher versus Discord. Okay. Now here's my hot
All
take.
right.
First of all, this
Why the
thumbnail is a
fuck is-
lot better than the old one.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is Bill Cipher fighting the app Discord?
I don't know. It just is. But yeah, I'll be real. I am sorry, people, but this is no longer my favorite of the season.
I'm sorry,
I-
chat. I am coming to confirm that Bill Cipher versus Discord is like 7th place for me.
I am honestly, I am really sorry for everyone, but I must inform you that Bill Cipher's Discord is not my favorite episode of the season. It's the second favorite. I know, very distraught, very shameful of
My,
me.
it's my
I mean,
seventh.
still a
goal.
good one though. It's still
No,
top
I'm not
5.
It's so
It's really good. I don't care for it, but I like the since they're both multi-dimensional beings, they decide to use mixed media for like the entire fight.
Yeah.
That's the
Like I
only good
said-
thing I like. That's the only thing I like about it.
like I said, chat. 7th place for me. However, I still call it fucking peak.
It's just
I
really
think
good.
it'd be my favorite this season if
It was being sorry, chat, to say it was being out even before it came out for me.
It's
I
just
made
you
a
know,
promise.
like
here.
for me, I've only watched 2 episodes this season.
I made a
so,
promise to myself. I made a promise to myself because I knew it was not going to happen. To myself, Guts Mitri is not getting beaten unless Ash versus Yuki happens this season.
well, I mean that it did get beaten out, but not by that. But yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that yeah, it's just it was really good episode. Analyses were great, had a lot of fun, gags, visual and just verbal gags in general. It had
Plus,
really
both
great
are-
editing, and the fight itself, it actually had really good storytelling and really funny everything,
Really?
and
Yeah.
actually had a very good emotional ending
yeah,
where
like
Discord,
both, and,
Discord basically literally he knows he could beat Bill, but he basically put his life on the line to save Equestria, and he did succeed, giving Bill kind of an empty victory.
Yeah, it's a really good episode.
which is a very
give it-
Discord thing to do, honestly.
Yeah, I still give it like a 9 or a 10 out of 10 if I were to do that stuff. I still call it peak. It's just hard for me because this season just keeps on slapping me with how good shit is.
It's just it was really good. And also
don't
yeah,
worry,
and also you just look at the fucking East. You go to the fucking trivia section on the wiki, dude. Look at the fucking Easter egg section, dude. Look at
That's
how
so many.
fucking long this thing is.
Yeah,
Jesus
that's the show
Christ.
they did.
This shit's
They
longer
went
than
all out.
entire Death Battle scripts.
It went
You
all
played
out.
Bill Cipher for that.
And now for the 3D winner, Cole McGrath versus
Hey,
Alex
chat,
Mercer.
remember when I said Bills versus Discord was 7th place for me? Here's another, what people would call controversial thought. I actually kind of like the script. I don't feel like it is bashing the character.
Yeah, it's very good, and I know it's in character probably,
Like,
but
I
Look,
still,
it's peak. It's peak. It's great. It's peak. I don't
Listen,
care. It's
Like-
peak 2000.
here's the thing. I like Alex's analysis much more because I feel like it goes into his character more than Cole, but I still like the jokes enough in both analysis.
listen, no
Yeah,
matter
I
what,
like him,
listen,
like-
no matter what, the real reason this episode is peak is if you go to Alex's analysis, it's right.
That's right, Boomstick.
You fucking ruined it. Oh, it says he's right behind me, isn't he? And
That's
then
right, Nina.
there it is. That's right, Boomstick baby. That is where real gaming is.
Okay, the analysis is fine to me, but you see, people, this is what we call where we say the fight carries the episode for us. And as I will say, the fight carries this for me. Inhuman,
I like that.
Inhuman as a track in this fight just carried it so much for me.
Something that I kind of do wish they went with was switching between evil and good Cole, but at the same time, they did mention that if they fought evil Cole, he would have just been obliterated. So,
Evil
well.
Cole is very the beast. Doesn't get much more powerful than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's fun. It's better to
Yeah.
use good Cole because that's the canon Cole.
Yeah, and I mean,
Exactly.
I would say for the fight dynamic, it works a bit better, where Cole is basically
Yeah.
trying to stop, Alex from being a poopy head.
Both
like
use
Alex
their
is on revenge quest, Cole's a superhero.
Alex Mercer,
Yeah.
stop it. Stop infecting that population.
Regardless, the fight is peak. I don't care what anyone says. It's peak.
Yeah, I mean the
Yeah.
models are a little stinchy, but to be fair, there literally are
Neither of those
better
have seen a
models don't
game in
exist.
years.
Look, I wouldn't complain too much about the models because I'm pretty sure they haven't used any new models since like
Yeah.
the last games they both appeared in. So it's kind of rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, also
It's
yeah,
been
the-
all
I mean,
PS3
oh yeah,
Infamous
also
2. I mean, to be fair, Cole was in PlayStation All Stars.
But
both
even then,
They
versions.
that
used
model's
his
pretty stinchy.
Infamous 2 model, if I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's but I say yeah, I think we can all agree the best part of the fight is this fucking exchange right here.
What? Let me
You know,
see.
Alex fucking basically shit talking Cole, telling him that he's wasting his powers on saving
Dude,
humans.
that scene, that shot is still so fucking good. Cole just grabs onto the fucking power. Electricity just comes out and just shoots Alex.
Literally tells him the only vermin I see here is you, and that is just
Now, the only
I mean, this
thing-
is
Now,
that's
the
a very
only-
Cole line to say too.
Now, the only real problem, well, besides a little bit of the script, because I feel like they kind of went a little bit too harsh. They went a little bit too much on the whole old script, hahaha. But besides that, they used Heller's monster design, but understandable because if you look at Alex's little design for when he's in armor.
hold on.
Beast mode, I guess.
Let me
okay,
see.
it's a beast mode.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
that
What is
what it
it?
looks like in game.
That's Heller's. No, that's
Oh
Heller's.
my goodness!
Okay, is this
That's
in?
Heller's.
Is this in?
Oh, never mind.
Scroll down.
Which one is it?
There,
Yeah, you're
right
right.
there. That one.
This
That
one?
one on the row.
This
From
one?
the left on the second image. The left on the second image.
This
Not
What
that
the
one.
fuck
The
is
other
like
one.
an SCP?
Not
This
that
one?
one. The other one.
This
That
one?
one. That one. Yeah,
Yeah,
apparently
that
that's
one.
his armor. That,
That's the
Yeah, it looks kind of
That's
lame.
cool.
Not gonna lie.
That's
so
kind of
yeah.
boring.
I can see why they used Heller's one over it.
Yeah.
He truly went beast mode and still lost. How could he?
Okay.
All right. Next up, now we get out of that. Now we get to the streak of matchups, which is what the fuck. So Frieza versus.
Peak. I know Megatron would have won if they gave him more stuff. I don't care. I still call it peak.
An episode that had its thumbnail revised 3 fucking times.
Yeah. Okay. I want to say something.
I'm gonna be honest. I was gonna say Megatron's in Fortnite, therefore he should have won, but now Frieza's also gonna be in Fortnite, so I'm kind of just.
So
I don't
I
know.
Fortnite scaling.
So I don't mind the thumbnail, but I prefer the thumbnail they used during the preview, which I think is the alternate.
Yeah, this
That one.
Yeah,
I
although
like
I
this
think I think
thumbnail
it's
more.
because of the Frieza art they used. That was why.
Oh, is it fan art?
I think so. Yeah, the Frieza art was.
Yeah, they went through so many revisions for this thumbnail.
Yeah. Ultimately, yeah. I mean, listen. They announced Frieza versus Megatron. I'm like, wait, shit, that sounds raw as fuck. And the episode comes out, and it is indeed
Both
raw as
analyses
fuck.
are good. Both analyses are good. I prefer Frieza's. Megatron, I feel like they put it on the joke of the toy line a little bit too much. Could have
Not
gotten
much. I do like. I mean, they do kind of poke a joke at Megatron, like oh wow, he really took that long to figure out his fucking ideologies again. But it's like they also make a joke at Frieza not finishing off Goku and Vegeta when he had the chance. So I feel like it's fair there because they're throwing a jab at both characters.
Yeah, and like Frieza, the closest he came to killing them both was in Resurrection F, but then he didn't. Because what's this fucking time travel bullshit?
But damn, wait, this fight was 4 minutes and 42 minutes long. Damn, it
Yes,
does not.
it's that long.
It did not feel that long.
To be fair, that's probably taking into account the first bit where Frieza's talking to Megatron.
Wait, no, it should have been 5 minutes. Damn it.
Should have been 6 months.
Anyways, I was asking for Little Kribo to be in for Astro Suzuki this season. I got Little Kribo this season, anyways.
Yeah, we still got him, and Tom Schell got to voice Megatron outside of a meme, and he was really good.
Yeah, Lil Karibo voicing Frieza was perfect, honestly.
Storyboards did show a little bit that didn't get to make it into the fight, which I wish did, but I mean, the fight still really goes crazy.
Also, keep in mind, Lil Karibo's collab with. Oh, sorry.
In the storyboards, Frieza was fighting Megatron in the little prison ball
the
for a little bit
for a
longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish that was stayed in because it's just completely ignored.
Yeah, I wish it
Megatron
got.
just knocked
It
Frieza
just didn't
out.
get to. It didn't get to last long enough. I wish it got to last more, but again, I can't expect everything to get in. It is what it
Yeah,
is.
it
And I
is
mean, I
what it
still
is.
think it is raw as hell for Megatron to just smack Frieza so fucking hard that he just breaks through it. And I mean, I
So we
still, it's
did.
just like the coolest segment of the episode is easily just when Golden Frieza transforms. He does the entire damn sequence from DBS, fucking throws a giant death ball. Megatron's still in tank form, which I actually like that they incorporated, the first time another time where a Transformer character transforms in the middle of a fight and they use it to like sneak around. Megatron fucking blast
Hello.
jumps in tank form towards the death ball and starts blasting the back of the death ball with his fusion cannon. And then Frieza,
Gojo.
instead of throwing a stronger death ball, he pulls Cybertron in to sandwich Megatron between them. It's like, what the fuck? That's the coolest shit.
Nita,
That's really
you fool, you absolute buffoon. That's the Bastion strategy. Have you never seen that? I'm actually serious about. I'm
It's just
actually serious. Have you never seen that?
I've never seen Frieza do it.
No, I'm talking
It's
about
really
the
cool.
tank thing.
And the tank thing, yeah,
It's
okay,
actual Bastion strategy,
it is.
or was. In Overwatch 1, when Sebastian gets transformed into tank mode, he can literally shoot down on the floor and boost himself for movement.
I've never seen him
It
do
can
that.
actually be really good for surprise attack.
I've ne-
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah. And we get into interesting episode next.
Alright.
I mean, one more thing. The Lil Karibo voicing Frieza makes sense, given Lil Karibo has
Dude,
collabed with Team 4-Star in the past.
Yeah.
I find it funny how they got Little Creeper to voice Frieza during Wars.
Yeah. Gojo versus
It's like-
Makima.
Hey, look, people.
It's pretty
Two
good.
dead people. It's
First
two
thing-
dead people,
It's really
guys.
good. However, I want to see people who keep saying Makima laughing is not in character when apparently she laughs after she kills, who in front of Denji. I'm just like,
Oh yeah, that scene.
Even though
I'm
it
just
makes-
like,
and it makes sense in the context of the fight, given she's finally getting Gojo to fucking suffer.
yeah.
She is a sadistic person. It's just she hides it really well.
But I
like
gotta
Makima's analysis.
before
I like
before we
Makima's
get to it.
analysis more.
Okay, before we get to look at this fucking connections, brother. Look at this shit's a Bible.
I can
Holy
literally
shit.
just say. I mean, okay, here's the thing. You can just literally say they warp the universe around themselves, and that's kind of just the truth. Their own universes, because fucking Makima being the control devil is fucking insane, and Gojo literally being born causes every single curse user to get stronger because of his birth.
Yeah.
It's just fucking nutty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they really went
I
all
like-
in with like this. Sorry, go
They
ahead.
went all in. They had to go make a long, concise conclusion. And even then, with that concise conclusion, I can still say this fight is so close to the point. A lot of people, casual people, just think Gojo solos, but like, there's so many win cons for both.
Like honestly, in the fight, you know what? Honestly, this kind of a take. I don't think I've heard anyone say this. It's just how I feel. The scene where like Makima fucking fires, her gun and actually it hits Gojo, like to me that feels like the modern death battle equivalent of Raiden slicing Wolverine's head off, because it's like going into the debate, people just thought that like at least from what I've seen, people are just like, oh, there's no way anyone could get past, Limitless or Infinity. And then them actually doing it, and like the music fucking cuts out for a
Like,
bit.
I feel like the
It's like-
telekinesis is a bit of a stretch, but I feel like giving Makima that is fair enough.
Yeah, and like it makes sense.
I mean, here's the thing. Generally speaking, there are ways to get through Limitless. Toji managed to do it with fucking inverted heavenly spear, but it's a thing that negates curse techniques, so it doesn't count. And later on, fucking something happens that I'm not really sure myself, because I haven't read Jujutsu Kaisen for a while. But it does go through Limitless, so it's not like a fucking negate anything. It's just there's really no, how would I even fucking say this? It has few ways to pass through it, but it's not really common. There's no
But-
real.
Fight is still incredibly close, and I know people feel like it's questionable on the whole unlimited void affecting Makima, where she can't transfer it to enough people with them using the doll devil argument. But I feel like it's enough. But okay, Makima's analysis, love Makima's analysis. I feel like they gloss over Gojo a little bit.
I mean, I feel like in his case, when it comes to a character like this, I honestly would rather just like you have these bullshit powerful characters. I would honestly prefer them to just talk about how bullshit they are. And I mean, in fairness for Gojo, they drop enough hooks for you to want to watch JJK. So I
Yeah,
feel like it's
it's
fine
really good.
there. And, like Gojo, he has so much shit to cover. It's like it's kind of like a Ben 10's analysis thing, where like they don't talk too much about the character story, but this is a character where I'd rather them dedicate the time to the abilities and
You know,
powers.
Shout's the person who said that they mischaracterized Gojo, and as far as I know, Gojo is cocky in this series. Like he's full of
I
himself.
literally, yeah, he literally is. He is the strongest, so he kind of has an ego.
Also, you know
But
what? They include a
when it
fucking
comes
Brawl
down
Meta
to it,
Knight clip in the video.
here's the thing: it's not out of character for him to be cocky, considering he is literally the strongest. But he does tend to get serious and like not flaunt and not like a show off when it's time to actually, get serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does that when Makima finally hits him through infinity.
Yeah, and also Kelsey Jafer does well as Makima. They did great, and then fucking Gianni voicing Gojo. Like, brother,
I
how
love it.
how do you do that? How did this man
This
do it?
episode is good.
So I have only one real thing I don't understand, and it's after Gojo got hit with the chain. I know they explained that his brain refreshes 24/7, but the thing is that really doesn't. I'm not sure if that just makes logical sense, since it's a chain. It doesn't break. He
Well,
didn't break
here's
it.
the
It's
thing.
just connected to him.
They probably use that as a visual flare like thing, even though we saw him breaking a chain when Makima throws one in at the start of the fight. They said it before, it's like a visual thing in the black box.
Yeah. And they still gave
It's
it like,
not fair.
and they still gave it like, a bunch of like, again, and thankfully the conclusion was very long and detailed for like a matchup like this, matchups
I
like
mean,
this
Oh, no,
do
yeah.
need it.
I say it's
Regardless
like, for this matchup, it's still like 55-45. It's that close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a
the
lot
thing
of
is,
arguments.
There's just
It's
really
not a
no
good-
real. There's just it's fucking. It's just limitless, man. It's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again,
Anyways, Pete.
yeah, Scooby versus Courage.
This fight goes insane.
How
This
the
fight is good. This used to be my number 2. This used to be my number 2.
they really did this. It's like, brother, how did we really got here?
I was initially against this episode because I didn't really want to see any of these two die.
I mean, that's what everyone would there. A lot of people like. I was like, holy shit! Wait a minute, Scooby Doo on Death Battle? Hell yeah!
I was initially against it, but now seeing
mean-
the episode and after the analysis, I'm okay with this episode. This episode was good. Peak.
It was really good. Analyses were
Lane,
tons of
if we're-
fun. Analyses were tons of fun,
Lane's-
and the fight is honestly, yeah, it's kind of why I said earlier with X versus Optimus Primal. They found a way to give these two a reason to fight that feels in character for both.
Yeah, both characters
I
did
like
not want
that
to
they.
deal with it.
I like that they mentioned the tie battle from fucking Segata versus Chuck Norris from 2005.
Yeah.
I think it's funny how they skipped the other tie episode, and that was Deadpool versus Pinkie Pie.
I mean,
Nah,
that one didn't even
that's-
have anything. That one just ended. It didn't
Wait,
even have like
look,
an ending.
I just noticed.
Look, Nino,
Is
let
this
me
episode
shit on
Twitch
Deadpool
stream?
versus Pinkie Pie, okay?
Wait, is this a Twitch stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on Twitch.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
Yeah, no.
Wait. How the fuck? I did not notice this. I'm kind of embarrassed now.
Oops.
It is what it is.
That's a good scene where they keep saying nonnet to each other.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it was just really fun and could not kill Courage, could not kill Scooby Doo.
It's a good episode. It's really good.
It's
It's,
just-
fun.
It's
Louise
that time.
cooks.
Yeah, it's just damn bro. How did he do it?
It's really
like- If we're getting another Scooby-Doo matchup, they could do Fred Jones somewhere.
And also, thank God, as everyone was happy, Scooby and Courage didn't die. They killed Eustace
Yeah.
instead, and thank God. And also, we got the
Eustace is a
return of
shit
Boom,
bag,
and
so it makes sense.
we got the return of Boomstick hating dog killers.
You know, that's always based.
And now we have,
Doom- Doom-
speaking of dicks, Dick Sanchez.
Okay, you know,
Another
a little bit
episode
of
that had its
hand-
thumbnail revised a bunch of times.
yes, because the Angry Rick was a fan art based off of like the grass like Rick thing that was
Yeah.
edited to look like Rick.
Which
Yeah.
version of the Doctor is this? Like all of them, or in which?
I mean,
The
it is
10th,
well, no,
it's
the
all the
Doctor.
Doctor, because the Doctor is everyone.
Yeah.
I know. I was just thinking, like, were they going for a specific regeneration?
They used the 14th Doctor, but it was like the 10th Doctor in the animation. Which Nina,
Yeah.
you know what the funny thing about them using that, where it was like that?
Yeah.
I know
This is-
why.
This is season 10, episode 14.
Yeah.
10th Doctor, 14th Doctor.
Yeah.
And plus, they're the same actor in both cases.
Yeah.
They got Elliot Crossley, who is the official sound-alike for the 10th Doctor. The analyses, again, it kind of has another thing where, the analyses were really good. And honestly, surprisingly, they were like, I think like the Doctor's was like 8 minutes long. And then like the fight is a ton of fun.
The fight's a ton of fun. The fight's really well animated. We got 2 hand-drawn in a row.
Yeah, I think this one, I heard this one, apparently they said it was like the debut of the Rooster Teeth team. Like, I think that's what I saw someone say.
Oh yeah, because Rooster Teeth owned them for a long time, and they
Um,
didn't do anything.
Well, I mean, no, they always were, helping fund it and providing them some support here and there. Yeah, at least, like, I think these people are, like, they're all new, I think. Like, well, no, Andrew, no, he was on that before. Chris was also there. Was it Jan was new? Yeah, Jan, yeah, yeah, they're new for this. And Susie, yeah, they're there. Okay, she was there, yeah. So, yeah, I guess it's mainly Jan who's new on this. But, yeah, all of them did really well on this. Dimitri somehow carried Guts' fucking frozen body to the arcade.
He's just like, okay.
So,
I
brother,
always loved the weird continuity between the death battles like
Yeah.
that.
it's just a really fun episode, and they actually
It's a
were
fun
able,
episode.
and, wow,
It's a
they
fun
got
episode, but it's a
and
fun episode, but also it's a point I use in when people say Death Battle doesn't particularly like doing stomp matchups. And I'm like, this is one of the biggest ones this season. I don't think that they really care about if it's a stomp. They just care about if it makes sense and it's fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just kind of cool to see Doctor Who on the show because honestly, this feels like a series they would have covered like way back then, but now they're covering it here, which is cool since the Doctor finally has a good opponent.
And like it's been 60 years for the Doctor in real life, so
Yeah, and I mean, all things considered, they still kept the conclusion detailed, and hey, you know what? Another character who dislikes killing, they found a way to give him a kill that doesn't break his character in any way.
yeah, because like that's a big thing the Doctor does. He's a doctor.
Like even when he takes out the DMAC, he hesitates for a minute because he
Yeah,
really
like-
doesn't want to do it.
And like he always has scars from the War Doctor era for a reason.
It's a really good matchup. I like it.
And now the big one.
Okay, I want to tell chat something. For Rick versus the Doctor, when I've been saying Goku versus Superman 3 for the longest time as a joke, I predicted it was the recycle symbol 2 months before this episode was released. When it was shown, as soon as Goku was shown, I shouted out, I was fucking joking. I went into a hilarious laugh.
Yeah.
Very respectful to both characters.
Honestly,
Anyways.
out of anything, I was just surprised that they did do this for the finale, but I guess now we know what the finale is. I guess I kind of get it.
Anyways, peak episode, really good. Blows Goku versus Superman 2 out of the water. This shows so much respect.
Even
for
the first
Goes
one, in
over-
my opinion.
I still say the first one probably edges it out. It's like
So
hard.
just one edges out the first.
And I feel like this one is just a better overall episode to me.
Yeah,
That's
I
fair, but
agree.
this goes over both characters well. They go over their history too of the character's creation.
And their
Which,
history,
like,
how they operate, and just, just so much about like all the versions of them and shit. It's just fun and like the fight show like honestly like the fight is literally this is just All Might versus Might Guy, but again, and that's what this episode needed.
Because they're not. Yeah, they're going for the kill, but they're doing it out of friendliness rather than hating each other or whatnot. So
And really,
yeah.
technically, you could say like Goku technically killed himself by activating Kaioken while in Ultra Instinct, because at that point his body wouldn't take it anymore.
yeah, and
Yeah,
that's why
because
that's why the Goku spirit thing shows up,
Yeah,
because that's in the
that's
state of
my
danger he's
that's
in.
my only disappointment. I was kind of hoping we'd get like a mini kaiju fight between Goku, Susanoo, and Superman's, but I mean, at least we got one of
I
them.
wish.
We got one of
At least we
them.
got one.
That's good enough.
I was hoping for Superman's like spirit also to clap. But yeah. Fight's amazing, the animation is amazing. The
Super.
track super.
Yeah. And
Brandon, Brandon, why must you cook for every Dragon Ball you do in this
like,
series?
it's just and like I love the moments like, Superman using, his world made of cardboard line in a different concept. Because I mean, first of all, that was his end clip in the original Goku versus Superman. But then here, because back then, he said that when he was fighting Darkseid, whereas here he's using it now, it's just him letting loose, having fun against someone instead of needing to deal with like the ultimate evil. And
like here he's
and I
doing it
just
because he
love,
knows there's a way
and I
to
love
fix
how
it.
like they incorporate the whole thing with Superman punching Brainiac so hard that his other versions felt it. Because here they get to
It
see,
also was a good way because when Goku gets punched by Superman in those realities, it gets Moscow X and that random
it's just
voice.
yeah, because like I could like they
Like,
thankfully
and like again,
they have the images in here thankfully,
and like again
or
with Goku
they
versus
don't.
Superman, it made and the reason why Superman's letting loose is because he realizes there's a way to fix it. If there wasn't a way to fix it, he probably wouldn't have let Neurons loose.
Hold on, there is okay. I have to fucking. Oh yeah, there's also this fucking frame. Look at them.
Yeah.
They're
Rock,
just.
paper, scissors.
Goku versus Super.
Like, I
Okay,
know
do they
Like
people
not?
wanted
Do they
Goku
not?
versus.
Do they not have
I know
the?
people wanted Goku versus Jin Mori, and I'm fine with that matchup too. But like, the fact that Ben wanted to do this just because he wanted to do it is the best part of this, and it gives a little bit more feeling.
Like
Yep.
that's kind of why I was very happy with the episode, like being a thing, because like they're doing this because they want to do it, not because they're being told to do it.
Yeah, and
And
Like
like
also, I know people are probably gonna say the ending is kind of sappy. Like, it still plays in it as a joke where Wiz is questioning everything and Boomstick goes like, "It's for fun," and that's something that I feel has been needed to been said because Death Battle is the biggest thing on the internet for versus talk and such.
like
Because
ultimately, no matter
they're not
what,
the
like,
definitive.
and
They're
I
not
mean,
the definitive end. Like they're not the definitive word on. This is all for fun. That's what versus debating is. Subjective and also for fun.
okay, is there like a
which is
way?
part
I
of
swear they have like
which
all the
which
images compiled somewhere. Where the fuck is it?
but like it's for fun at the end of the day, and that's part of why I really don't like. That's part of why I really don't like memes that just say a character is always gonna win. Personally, because there are some that will always win, yeah,
That's
but
why
like
that's why stuff I feel like Organization XVX has taken off now and 1 minute melee is because in the end they're just doing sprite fights or whatever fight, 3D fights, whatever, for fun. And they just have whoever
yeah,
wins. They just have whoever wins. That they're just like, yeah, let's just have them win.
It's just
yeah, it's like
it's just this is all meant to just be fun, talking about these characters and just have them fight because it's fun.
It's
yeah,
just that.
it's fun.
And I'll
Which
say,
is why I
Good.
don't like memes like Tiger Jaw negates all damage, and the Yakuza fan just debunking any potential versus matchup for
yeah,
Kiryu.
And again,
Well, you
like,
Just like-
see,
and I still
well, you
insist.
see, Tiger Drop only works if Kiryu character. So therefore, if a character is faster than Kiryu, get past the Tiger Drop.
No, that's why I always mention reasons why Tiger Drop wouldn't work, but like it's a big meme in the Yakuza fandom to just debunk any all versus matchups for Q, and it just gets on my nerves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, I am, Xander Momus did well as Superman. I am, like, I have no problem with Moscow X. I think he did well in GVS1. I'm just not a fan of him playing Canon Goku. I think he really only works as a bridged Goku. But I am still glad he got to, like, appear in, like, in the little bit of GT Goku fighting Superman Blue. And it's just some random guy got to appear as, Ultraman fighting Goku Black. Like, yeah, it's sick.
Wait,
Yeah, really good.
to be fair, weren't they gonna use like in the four-star crew and the Dragon Ball Z Kai's version of Mr. Satan's defeat of Cell?
Oh no, wait, that was one release of it, but then it quickly got, like, erased because Toei was angry about it.
Yeah, which is weird.
And then now the finale, and wow, the episode actually exists. I can't believe it.
After 8 years, by the way, people.
It finally existences.
It's perfect. Galactus versus Unicron.
And I know people are going to be like, Marvel character versus anything. And I'm like, well, you see, people, this is where I tell you stats don't matter. Both are close enough in stats where we just have to go over their one.
And
Both
it's like,
traumatized
like,
people's
guys,
childhood.
this is literally the most requested matchup. Like, it's the most
It is.
demanded one.
And like both traumatized different people's childhoods. Depending on if you're a comic book fan or a TV show fan, you probably got traumatized by Galactus or Unicron.
Mhm.
It's that much of a big matchup. 8 years ago, all the way back. They were like, yeah, we would do this. It will eventually happen.
And they finally do it.
The fact that we got Kolix and this the same season is really cool.
Yeah, and
Like, this matchup was, like, a huge deal. Like, they were gonna need to get to it at some point. And now they
Yeah.
did. And, like, yeah, like, I am excited for it. The Galactus analysis preview seems pretty good so far.
Yes.
We'll see how Unicron does. Like, again, yeah. I mean, I am kind of surprised. Well, now, like, episode 200 has one less candidate for it. So, yeah. We'll see how well this episode
Yeah.
holds up. Hopefully it is good. I'm not asking it to surpass, Goku versus Superman 2023. Oh, yeah, it is my favorite episode of the season. So, yeah. And, yeah, as long as it's good, that's all I need.
Goku vs. Superman 2023 is my favorite as it's one of the only few I watch, so.
Yeah. But yeah. Hopefully, again, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm still, it is good that, Transformers finally got to return after 5 seasons and is getting 2 episodes. So yeah, I do hope they do Relius versus Shockwave at some point. That'd be fun.
But yeah.
Okay, season 11 predictions time.
All right, season 11. Well, I mean, technically we know one episode that's happening. We already discussed it, but as for season 11, honestly, I'm not sure really anymore what they'll do for it.
Back to Cosmic Kiryu, I think a good matchup for him would be Geese Howard. Both are ridiculously strong, but both have realistic fighting styles. Geese only has like supernatural stuff in King of Fighters, really.
I don't know about Geese because I mean his episode is like season 8. I don't think they'll bring him back that soon.
Fair enough.
We'll see.
But like, if any character could, if like anybody in the realm of like similar style games could work, it'd probably be Geese.
I mean, I would say personally, if they want to bring back a fighting game character, I would say do M. Bison versus Rugal Bernstein.
Yeah.
That would work really well, yeah.
Yeah, season 11, really at this point for me, I'm just kind of trying to like assume what episode 200 is going to be, because I mean, I'm still insisting Ruby versus Maka, because I mean, people can, talk about how, oh, but no one can pull up every excuse for it under the book, but it's like, it's not a matter of them, they need to do it. They have to at some point. I mean, this is a big enough deal for them to put it in episode 200.
It is.
Other matchups I could see. Well, we always talk about Yugi versus Ash.
I don't know if that would be episode 200. I feel like it's really gonna be between like Bugs versus Mickey or Ruby versus Maka, but like I don't think they'll do Bugs versus Mickey like in the same season as Wily versus Tom.
Yeah, I'm talking more like non-episode 200 for this season.
Yeah. In the end, we'll kind of wait and see what happens. It's gonna be interesting. I just don't really have much to guess since he's 11.
I feel like Bugs versus Mickey would go pretty hard because like Bugs is a con man, but Mickey has a lot of feats and has outright beaten con men before.
I think that's it,
Like-
right?
Like even if you look at even outside the realm of Kingdom Hearts, because that'd be a whole nother ballpark for Mickey. You still got stuff like Epic Mickey, where he was closest to his 1920s portrayal in the modern era as he could be.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, this is fun.
I think that's about
fun.
everything we need to cover.
Yep,
Well, chat.
this truly has been the Xenoblade Chronicles.
What the fuck? Anyways, yeah, this was very funs. Yeah, that about sums it up. I'll probably post this on the YouTube channel for to make sure it's archived and yeah, that as well. Anyways, yeah, I love Wario.
Oh, you might want to cut that out, actually.
I ain't cutting it. No.
I'm just gonna play Amogus. Just because we already had Among
winner
Us.
of the Game Award for Best Strategy Game.
Yeah. Yeah, anyways, that was a fun time. Thank you, chat, and good night.